right, we are live. Thank everybody for tuning in to ASV Collectibles live statue chat and shenanigans.
You mean shenanigans? Oh.
Yes, I do, Farva. I mean shenanigans, and we
I would
have
have fit perfectly in with that trio. Unfortunately.
and we have the legend Lane with us today. Thank you for joining us, Lane. And as always, Marcos. Thank you for joining again, Marcos. This is part 2 of live statue chat and shenanigans. So I really appreciate you guys coming in today. How you guys doing?
I'm good. I heard you working on the shenanigans thing when I was backstage. I was like, "Is that Farva? Is that Farva?" I love that movie. It's a classic movie. But yeah, I'm glad to be here. Glad to talk about the stupid shit that we do.
See, Marcos is very good without even indirectly trying to make us feel old when he says, "Oh, that old movie Fargo." I'm like, "So you mean the one that came after the turn of the millennium?" Okay, thanks, Marcos.
I said Farva. Farva. That's his name in the Super Troopers, which is kind of when was Super Troopers, like 2000 what?
4 maybe?
4 or 5? Yeah, I'll say that. Yeah.
There. Yeah.
I'm trying not to think how long ago these movies came out, man. Jesus.
Yeah. I was
like 20 years ago. That's like, and everybody says, I remember that like timeless movie Gladiator. I'm like, Gladiator, timeless. What the hell are you talking? Because everybody's been talking, the third scale statue that PCS announced. And I'm like,
well, maybe they're talking about Kirk Douglas got Gladiator, not Russell Crowe Gladiator. Maybe that's what they were talking about.
Oh, you mean
that's Spartacus? Yeah.
I am Spartacus, so that we all can be crucified on the Appian Way. That sounds like the best idea ever.
That's an old movie. That's
That's
Lane, you're what, 20 years old when that movie came out?
I think my dad was about 10 or 11 when that one came out, if that.
What I'm gonna ask right off the bat, because I know Marcos, you kind of went off and had a party today, so I just want to see what you were drinking right now.
Of course, it's actually fitting with the whole movie that came out this weekend, and then what's behind me. I'll show you guys real quick.
See, we got to make sure we get enough of him because we're talking about live pre-orders. We need to try and get Seagull ASB. We need to get him to like pre-order all of the Deadpool figures because he totally wants his scale.
That's right.
So he's in the same boat as me and Freddie.
So I actually saw Ryan Reynolds make a post. He has his own gin company.
Mm-hmm.
And he had like a super limited edition on his own thing. So I got 8 Deadpool gin of his company. And then they had an extra one of his sidekick, because he is a sidekick, is Wolverine. So
that's pretty cool, man. That's really
it's
cool.
awesome. I got a shit ton of alcohol though for like $200, but
look at A+ over here giving me crap because I'm drinking out of a straw.
There we go. Aiden, get on his ass, dude. What the hell? Fucking straw, dude. I think he's drinking beer out of it too.
I am. I actually am.
This is me, man. It's like grade A, nice water here from Texas, man. This is strong Texican, spring water.
So what's going on here is that I had bought the beer just like now, and it was hot. So I was like, well, I'm gonna just put in this, this little tumbler, and to keep it nice and cool, I have my straw, and I was like, yeah, maybe screw it. And we're shenanigans. I'm not worried about it. I'm drinking out of the straw.
Aiden, I think his man card has been revoked right there with the straw and beer. I'm fucking. But but that's what I'm drinking. I'm drinking aviation gin. I do not like gin, but Deadpool is Deadpool, and I have to support my own Deadpool. So, my guy. So, yeah.
Well, so you're drinking gin straight.
Yeah, that's all I do. I don't really drink anything.
All right. For what we were talking behind, guys, I do have to make an addendum to when I was about to start bitching and moaning. Fortunately, in the back, guys, you guys missed me. You guys got to miss me have a rant for a couple minutes, which I know we may spend a little bit of time talking about. They confirmed officially for RDJ he is playing Victor Von Doom. So it is Dr. Doom.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. I actually just saw it right now too, where he came out with it, and it's like, we kind of brought it up behind scenes, but I'm just like, I don't know, man. It feels to me that it just ruins. I hate for it to like give it a negative effect because now he's a villain, right? And you just kind
but
of
he's not supposed to be Tony Stark. I know, but the problem is the average person is going to look and go, "Wait, is that is that Tony Stark?" Because they're going to think that character. But okay, that makes me if he's Victor Von Doom, like actually Victor Von Doom, and this is just because this wouldn't be the first time in whatever show or other stuff. I mean, I can think of not quite the same thing, but I can think of like a show that I watched. Now it's an old '60s show, The Big Valley, that had like the $6 million man and the bald guy actor who I'm forgetting his name right now. Lee Majors was one of the main characters. I saw Bruce Dern in that show. I watched all the seasons over like a 3-month period. Bruce Dern showed up as an evil single episode cowboy guy, bounty hunter, or cattle rustler in at least 7 or 8 episodes, playing basically the same guy with a different name. But I took it. I'm like, well, there's Bruce Dern again. There's Bruce Dern again.
Right.
Dern again. But he was a different character. Now, same basic character type, but he was a different character. And when you see that sometimes, you just I'm like, well, it's the same actor, but he was a different character. So that's why I was thinking about maybe as long as they're named and act differently. Now, I don't know. Is he going to have a Latvian accent, whatever the hell that is supposed to be? Some stereo. I mean, other than we're going to make it some stereotype East European sounding goulash voicing or something like that makes you go, I don't think why, someone might say, why does it sound like, Ukrainian, or does it sound like Czech or something? But
maybe instead of Robert, they should have used I had on the tip of my tongue and I forgot.
Who I would love to see, but they already used them. If we're redoing stuff, I know they're doing this because the name, like Robert Downey Jr. will get you back to. For all my complaining, like RDJ would probably get me to go back to see the Avengers because I want to see his take on Doctor Doom. But I would have said if they hadn't used him in or something like Mads Mikkelsen would have been perfect as a Doctor Doom, with them being able to play and make the character related. But I said at the same time, they used them for pretty middling to lackluster bad guy with Castilia.
I can't remember his name. It's a bad.
Yeah, he had Nicholson with like burnt out eyeballs.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking of.
You know who
I got Dormammu.
Yeah, who I said would have been really good probably is Cillian Murphy. He would have been probably a good Doctor.
Yeah. No.
And Josh, I was just on a show actually like an hour ago. Josh McCoy from McCoy Culture, he actually said that, I believe, and I'm like, yeah, that makes 100% sense right there.
So I'm curious why they went with RDJ. I'm just really curious.
Money. That's a simple answer. Money.
He'll
get
expensive.
People back. Yeah, but you know what? He'll get people back to go to the movie theaters to help him become. Right now, I think it's more Disney wants the thing. They want to be able to say, we have billion-dollar movies. That way, he will help get people back in possibly.
It's going to make that movie better is, if Ryan Reynolds pops up in the background just randomly,
Well, the Russo brothers are back too. The Russo brothers are officially been announced. So, which could be good. I mean, the thing for Avengers, and I know, guys, I am trying to make sure I don't get us too side. I know we kind of just chat everything too, but it really depends because, at least from anything, I don't know about other stuff since this other stuff. I haven't looked at all the reaction stuff or whatever. But it sounds like those are both set for May of 2026 and May of 2027.
Yep.
It's Doomsday, which will be Doctor Doom, and then 2027 will be Secret Wars, and then there's gonna be the hard reboot.
I thought it was Secret Wars, then Doomsday.
No, what I saw was Doomsday and then Secret Wars.
So when is it going to be Fantastic Four Doomsday?
Fantastic Four is supposed to be a year from today, and they just started filming this week. And hey, guys in chat too, this is for you guys too. And we're 10 minutes in, so so now I can actually say something in the appropriate. How the fudge Are they supposed?
Hey, how the fuck, man? Just say.
Yeah. No, I didn't know we're trying to be. I know it's like 10 o'clock our time. I know, but I know. I didn't want. See. Marcos doesn't realize I manipulated him to say it first.
There we go.
So if Eddie gets anything, ASV gets anything in the thing, I'm just like, hey, I didn't see anything first. It was Marcos. My Dr. Doom manipulative moment. Anyway, Marcus is now like, but it's gonna be fun tonight. I can tell this is gonna be great for a second episode. You'll never touch it by like episode 52. But I think that the lead up though is supposed to be Captain America, Brave New World, then Thunderbolts, which they were talking about, and then Fantastic Four. But then they didn't announce any other movie or projects that are supposed to help. So we're just going to do those 3 movies and then dive directly into Avengers with Dr. Doom.
Well, they were talking about Kane too. I saw something about they finally found somebody else to replace, the last actor to do. To do Kane the Conqueror. So, but I did see something about they only want to do one Marvel movie a year. So I'm not sure if that's true, but that's what I
maybe after Avengers that they're the whole shared universe thing. I think they're probably after Avengers, and which is going to lead to the X-Men. And then, like, the reboot of all the main, the older.
I heard it's after the Avengers movies. I heard it's gonna be kind of like a soft reboot, like kind of
like DC.
Huh?
Yeah,
kind of like DC.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll get young. They're gonna get new young. Now we're talking probably like I'm gonna probably be in my mid-50s or something by the time where they would do this. It's gonna be like 5 or 10 years after Avengers.
Right.
They might have some individual project, but. They did. I think the big thing is Disney needs to just do movies for a bit. They need to stop the Disney Plus series or like it no more than like one a year or something like that. And
you saying that I saw this interview of somebody. Kevin Smith. I think it's Kevin Smith, right? From Jay and Silent Bob. I confused it with Kevin James. But yeah, Kevin Smith said that this is that part of that transition because this used to happen back in the day in the 70s, right? They do all these superhero movies and then it just completely dies. And then they do regular movies and then they come back in the 90s, do a couple more superhero movies and they kind of transition. I think we're coming on that downhill transition where they're not doing as much superhero movies because it's getting saturated and they'll start doing regular movies like they used to and then it'll shoot back up with something.
But
so I think that's what they might be doing.
The argument for that is like people keep saying like superhero movies are dead. Like obviously, look at what Deadpool and Wolverine's doing. They're making money. I just think people want good superhero movies. They don't want dog shit superhero movies. So that's my issue with that argument. Is like people are down to go to a theater that has a superhero movie if it's a good movie and gives the fans what they want. They don't want to see these crappy movies we've been getting out. Like those DC movies, like they've been a nightmare. Like production wise and all that stuff. I just don't even want to talk about it. I hate Zack Snyder. I hate it so much, but yeah. But it's just like I think the superhero movie fatigue thing. It's somewhat true, but I think it's more of just bad movies and people want to see good movies. That's it, in my opinion. So
I think there's too much. I think there is too much in the total number that have been coming out over the last 10 years when you factor in both the DC and the Marvel. There's not enough. There are certain storytelling conventions to superhero stories, whether they're horror, whether something like Blade, whether they're more traditional capes and tights like Superman or Batman style, or Fantastic Four, Avengers, or whatever. You can obviously tie some different types of elements, like Shang-Chi, which is a movie I actually like pretty well. Now my problem is I like it mostly due to the villain. The main character. I love Wenwu. Wenwu is awesome. The problem is he's gone.
Yeah.
He's not coming back. The problem is
it's Marvel.
It's Marvel.
But I'm just saying Tony Liu may just be like that was a one and done, get a paycheck and not come back. He makes more than enough money in his home territory. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like in that movie, the problem was the main character was overshadowed by his father. Basically, the character's father and his sister were 20 times more badass.
Well, the sister
than he was.
The sister should not have been that good because she learned from like watching them, and then she was a better fighter. I'm like, that's so stupid.
And hey, man, I would have bought a figure of her because I thought she was cool. But I'm just saying that's part of the problem. That's part of the problem. But I still like the movie.
The movie did like 6.5 out of 10 for me. That it would have been higher, but why the fuck did he have to fight a dragon at that? Like every hand-to-hand combat scene they had was so cool. Like with Tony
and the rings were awesome. Like how they
actually him and his dad are fighting at the end with the rings. It's still pretty much hand-to-hand combat.
And then it's a giant soul sucker dragon.
That's what I'm saying.
We can't let the giant CGI soul sucker dragon suck out the dragon god, dragon soul, or else all the world is doomed. Yeah. And it's like, what? Like,
but that's your typical Chinese movie. You ever watch, martial art Chinese movie? There's some type of dragon or white snake or something.
Yeah, well, modern times they have a lot more CGI. I mean, that's why the actors don't get, it was funny because I was just watching earlier tonight just some random like Godfrey Ho 70s kung fu movie, and there's one scene where I saw two guys like a far camera shot where like some 100 and something feet in the air on some tower thing, like whacking at each other, doing the choreographed fight. And I was like, they're right at the edge. I was like, that totally looks safe. Then there's a cut, one of them gets off, and it's like, a cut and everything. But like, I can see them legitimately up there, like standing on things like, I hope nobody fell. Oh, I know nobody fell or said to die from this, but that's looking like, because this is a B movie from, Hong Kong or whatever cinema from Godfrey Ho, the Lord of the Ninja movies. There's no way there was a lot of proper safety. Now in modern Chinese, they do just a lot of the wire work and CGI. So the actors don't get the crap beat out of them as much. Like obviously Jackie Chan, famous thing, got the crap beat out of him.
The greatest of all time, Jackie Chan.
Yeah. But that action and stuff they had in Shang-Chi, there were a lot of story elements I liked in that because the story was solid. I'm not saying it's a great movie. I mean, I think it's a 7.5 out of 10 movie for me. But I'm saying there were storytelling elements in that worked, and there was a cohesiveness at least to the story. There have been MCU. Now, I don't know. I haven't seen Wolverine Deadpool. The actual story of what's going on might be an incoherent mess by the time I watch it, because usually when I hear multiversal stuff, I hear incoherent mess is the next thing that pops in my head. But, some of the other Marvel, like, I'm going to use, guys, what I think is Jet Li is better. Well, Jet Li might be a better actual martial artist than Jackie Chan. But go watch some, just even if you're going to compare some of Jackie's, like, old martial art movies, like Drunken Master, Fearless Hyena, Young Hero.
Drunken Master is the greatest. Drunken Master 2, my bad, is the greatest martial arts movie I've seen.
Legend of Drunken. That's that's like much later though. Jackie's in his 40s or late 30s or something when he does that.
Well, I want to piggyback something that Marco said, that he feels Jackie Chan is better than Bruce Lee, and
what?
He made that comment earlier that he's the greatest martial arts, better than Bruce Lee. Now, my argument for that, Marcos, is Bruce Lee didn't have enough time as Jackie Chan has to be as great as Jackie Chan is. So maybe if that didn't happen to Bruce, maybe you can have more of a comparison. You know what I mean? Because, Bruce did start Jackie's career.
Well, he did. 100%.
Yeah. So I think the dude gets his neck broken as Jackie Chan. One of the guards and Enter the Dragon, he grabbed so Bruce Lee killed Jackie Chan.
Yeah, he smacked him with that stick. Yeah, he smacked. But I'm just saying that the comparison is very hard, especially for me because laying myself because we're at that age. But he just didn't have enough time to be as great as he already was, right?
Yeah. I get that point, but let me just preface this. Like Dragon Ball Z, let me go to my anime. Dragon Ball Z is the OG of like shonen.
I was just making that comment right there. As soon as I saw that, I went, "Wow, A+ just Saint Marcos's aircraft carrier and his battleship all with one torpedo."
And I'm still right here, baby. I'm still right here taking shots. But shots literally too.
You're
Disgusting
like
gin.
you're like the guy who takes the shots from freaking Kenshiro and goes Nani right as his head is starting to mangle.
Okay, so let me get back to my point. It's a great point. So Dragon Ball Z anime, love it. Dragon Ball Z is the OG of shonen anime and manga. But guess what? The ones that learn from Dragon Ball Z, that are after Dragon Ball Z, are better animes and mangas. So guess what? Bruce Lee was the first one, especially in America. But there's others disciples under him that were just plainly better. So that's my opinion. And even with time, I don't think Bruce Lee would have been better than Jackie. Jackie just did so much.
Well, there's argument.
Jackie was way more creative with his props, and he was
his fight choreography was definitely better.
Yeah,
even some movies where you see, movies you see where he was the fight choreographer. He wasn't in the movie, but he was actually the fight choreographer
for the
movie.
But like I was saying, he's a funnier person too than everything. Bruce was kind of so self-absorbed, and he thought very highly of himself for sure. And because he was the first kind of ever doing it.
You can't be that great without being arrogant. You should learn that from your man LeBron James.
He's the greatest, so I don't know what to say. But my whole point is
I'm going to be nice, guy. That's my last. I've already taken a couple
shots. Talk about
Jordan,
LeBron. We can all do it. It's an easy debate for me, so I can take. I'll give you a heads up. I'll give you like 10 more shots, and maybe we'll be on even playing fields with that. So.
No, I mean, I could have the suggestion, and we were talking about Jet Li as well. You could kind of compare the two, Jackie and Jet, and but
or is Donnie Yen better?
Yeah, Donnie Yen's great.
Donnie Yen is great. That guy is great,
and that guy is legitimately. Now I know
legitimate.
Some fights, no, that's the thing is Bruce was it. Jackie Chan, was he actually in legitimate fights? That's still like.
Well, Jackie Chan did. He was in some monk martial. I seen a documentary with him as they showing video of him as a kid, and he was actually learning from monks and stuff like that in China. So that is true. So Jackie, Donnie, Jet Li, they all learned from somebody. That they're so old school that it's not like you go to the.
It's not like stars in there today for China, even China.
Right. Yeah. But can we all agree on this though? Let's bring it back together. They're all legends. They
are.
Yeah, they're all legends.
Well, the one thing I know for Donnie is because even Jet Li has said he has not probably legitimately actually been in a fight. Like Donnie famously, I think this was a long time ago, was accosted with his wife by a bunch of Yakuza triad members, like legitimately. All those guys went it was multiple of them, legitimately. Donnie sent all those guys to the hospital. They all were at the hospital.
He knows Wing Chun, like the Ip Man, right? He was trained under that little fighting style. So.
Well, he used to do the martial art tournaments with his mom as a kid too. Him, I think Jet Li as well. So they got all that stuff. But Donnie, I can't even pick a favorite movie with that guy. That guy does so much good movies.
He was the greatest addition to the John Wick franchise of all time.
He was.
Yeah,
he was so fucking good in the fourth one. That movie, for me, it goes 1, 4, and then probably 2, 3.
I think that's like the second movie he's blind, right? Because wasn't he in like Star Wars and he was like a blind Jedi or something?
He was a blind stickman. Like he just had a stick, right? What's Star Wars doing with that character? What the fuck?
Everybody went Donnie Yen. Can he be a Jedi? And they said, which I think it's good they didn't make him a Jedi. I wanted to see him as a Jedi, but where someone said, "Doesn't that sound stereotypical?" I was like, "Well, I don't know. He sounded like a Shaolin monk, basically, like a space Shaolin monk who knew karate instead of a monk Jedi who had a lightsaber and could mentally project someone all through the air." That's the only. I don't know. They seem kind of stereotypical.
Dude, I don't know why the Star Wars franchise hasn't got a real legit martial artist legend as a Jedi in any movies or shows. That'd be cool to see because they're good with swordplay too, obviously for movies.
Well, they definitely. That's the one thing the Acolyte definitely did a little bit with their fight choreography.
They're pretty good.
Now, whether you like, we're leaving out the story. We're leaving the story out. but the fight choreography definitely used Hong Kong fight choreography and
they did
Chinese martial art choreography. I'm not saying they did. I wouldn't say it was like great. Like I would say, if you need to see a great choreography, go watch Hitman because that's great choreography.
Oh yeah,
but they used it, but they had some influence. Now, the problem with Jedi is you would go, why are they punching somebody when they have a laser sword? That is kind of the one problem. Danny Yen does not have a lightsaber in his hand when he's fighting in Hitman, or something, or else you just say slice them in half.
Yeah, I've seen them in movies with like swords, obviously, and they look great, obviously, with the swords. So they could transition to a lightsaber. Obviously, they can do that. I just think it would be cool to see a legit martial artist with a lightsaber in hand, like just fucking people up too. Obviously, even as a Sith, like think about it as a Sith. Like maybe like do like a
kind of like
Super Knights of the Old Republic, have a Sith with a
like Plumir, because he is of Asian, the actors of Asian descent, was a Sith Lord, and he was cool. He definitely hid his buffness quite well under that little cloak of his. I would give him that much, because I was like, damn, he's built like fucking Space Captain America.
He was not the issue. He was
no. That actor, I will say this. I really enjoyed him. I really enjoyed the guy who played Saul.
Yeah,
yeah. Both, I legitimately want to see maybe when next the actor who played Quimir. Actually, leaving out the thirst scenes or whatever, like the intensity that guy played him, like he was legitimately good, guys. Like sometimes the silliness that they had to do, like that guy was good. Saul's actor was good.
Yeah.
They ruined his character though at the end, like the last.
Yeah. But what was I'm interested what you guys feel. Like I've had a theory. Now we're not going to go like this is going to be our hour-long discussion on the freaking Acolyte, because everybody's already done that, and we're not going to have to worry about statues or figures coming from that show that we would collect.
You'll be surprised.
Well, I know Marcos was going to be all in on that.
For sure.
Urian Jedi lady who decided to lie about everything. But the one thing, I just lost my train of thought. With that show, with the Acolyte, like I wonder, because a lot of the complaining with the show and so obviously was with Osha and May, because we never really got to see a lot of other than like where one says, "I'm going to kill you," and you're like, "Wait, why? What?" We're going from extreme "I'm mad at you" to "I'm going to cook you alive in your room." Yeah. And obviously there was context that her more dark sidey mom was trying to, encourage that, basically pushed her, or maybe even force suggestion. I think it was like maybe even force suggestion into her mind. But a lot of the complaint was for just those characters. They seemed almost too much blank slatey at points. When it felt like there should have been, whether turning to the dark side, like being more dark side, or reacting, there wasn't the range of emotion you should have felt at points. Now, this is just me probably projecting too much. I felt kind of almost like Osha and May. I don't know. Either of you guys ever played Final Fantasy 12?
No, not 12. 7, not 12.
Okay, because the main character, that was 12. The main character was a kid, like kind of a very generic, main hero, Vaughn, who was not very popular because he was very just boring.
Was he the one with the kind of sparky,
short, blonde?
Oh, it was blonde. I'm thinking
blonde,
dark,
spiky hair.
Maybe that was 13.
Yeah, but 12 was kind of the open one. But that's the one that had like the bunny girl, Fran, who was very obviously, because she was and then had Balthier, who is basically Final Fantasy Han Solo.
Right.
Balthier is one of the coolest characters ever. And also had Cabranth, one of the judges. Both those guys, all three of those characters. But Van was always criticized because he was a very boring character. But Van was more of a vessel for us as the player. The reason he was so boring and didn't really stand out, like say Cloud with his mental problems, or the pure assholery, I guess, of what's his name from 8? I'm suddenly forgetting his name. Shoot, it's been a long time since I played Final Fantasy VIII, at least 25 years, or 20 some odd years. But the main character there, which he was known for just being an asshole, it felt like to everybody.
Right.
But Vaughn was more like a vehicle for us, as in this place would be the game in the game for us experiencing the world, meeting the characters, and kind of the driving force from getting us to the different points or running around doing these hunting for stuff. He wasn't supposed to. Now, in the they did a sequel, which was a DS game, Revenant Wings, where he and his love interest, Pinello, were like the main, kind of more the main characters, and he was a lot more interesting. I'm kind of wondering, and now I got to admit, I'm probably giving way more credit to the writers of the show, but could it be the reason Osha and May were kind of not emote as much is where they meant more of our vehicle. They weren't supposed to be like Anakin is supposed to be, where the dominating thing, seeing how he inflicts himself on the world. But they were more our vessel to see the world of the Jedi, seeing the world of the High Republic, which is why they didn't necessarily.
I think that's for Lane.
Yeah, I will admit I'm probably older than everybody here, but there's story.
Not by much, Lane. Not by much.
Yeah, but I'm well, Marcos will someday be lucky to be as gloriously as old as we are.
Oh, my liver might give out.
He'll get out of his
Marcos is going to get to our age when he has the same hairline as we do.
Yeah. No, well, I mean,
I'll give myself this. So my grandpa and his dad and my dad, they grew. My grandpa, they had a full white set of hair, so I'm good.
Hey, wait. Let me tell you something, Marcos. Let me tell you, no one in both my sides of the family are bald except me. Grandpa, Dad, they all have full heads of hair.
It skipped to my generation. My mom.
You know what it is? I think it's because Marco's not married. That's why he still has his hair.
That didn't say me. I was literally Marcos's age when I started going bald.
Good. Feel the dark side, Lane.
Yeah, so since Lane, you've been talking about Acolyte and Star Wars and stuff. I want Marcos to stand up and pull it out. We
This is perfect time.
We gotta see it. Show. We got 5 people
talking about something that was Star Wars painful to something that Star Wars awesome.
So, recently, not recently, but maybe whenever the PCS 1/3 Mall came out for Frio, it was, I want to say 2 months ago. Am I wrong on that, Lane? Probably about 2 months ago, right?
Something like that, I think.
Something like that. So when I got out, I purchased it. I'm like, Maul is my favorite character. It's me one-off, of Star Wars, because I always told myself 1/3 and above. No, just 1/3. I mean, for movie characters, 1/3 only. So I got Maul. I'm like, awesome. And then, I had when you're laying down thinking about your collection, like, what would be really cool is lightsaber that Darth Maul had.
Right.
So I did my research. I got the most movie accurate one I can find on the website, besides the Lane was talking about it backstage, but there's a company that had legit like the files and how they made the lightsabers for each character, and they made like a master replica, but there was no real good light up feature with those. It was just kind of the hilt,
Right.
So did my research, found the lightsaber I like the most too, of Darth Maul, and here it is, man. It's my first saber. I'm screwed because I know there's on the same website they have about 3 sabers. There's a Mace Windu that's amazing. There's a Darth Sidious that's amazing, and a Kenobi that's amazing. So I'm like, fuck all those characters I want. And obviously they have Luke and all that too. But I know Ant's gonna make more 1/3 Star Wars. I hope he makes an Obi-Wan Kenobi from the prequels, because I will get that 100%, and I'll get his lightsaber. But here it is. So
yeah, back off. There you go. Back it off and turn it on. Let's see.
So this is the lightsaber right now. And I have the blades in right now too, so you can see it's so big though. Like once I get like farther back, it'll.
Just be careful. Don't bonk into anything.
I'm about to turn off my fan because I don't want to hit it. It's turned off. All right, so here it is right here, and there's a cool light up. Like you can turn it on with the button right here, the red buttons, and then you can turn it off. By like doing that, you can turn it on like that. Yeah. So you can do that. So
I love the sound effect. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you guys can hear it. I don't know if you can hear it right here, but
no, we can hear it.
Oh yeah, no, we can hear it.
If you move it, can you hear that?
Oh yeah, the swishing. Yeah, that's cool.
And then you can press these buttons, and it's like a blaster. And then if you do this,
Dude, that's freaking
awesome.
amazing.
That thing's awesome.
Man. It's so cool, man. Like that's why I said I'm screwed because I know I'm gonna get more. Dude.
You're gonna be like Noah with all Noah and his wife with all of their Lord of the Rings swords and all that stuff. Exactly. Oh, and Marcos, I did actually find, the Atlantean sword, Conan's Atlantean sword.
Mm-hmm.
They still had that. Like they still make it. Yeah, I found it.
So Marcos, so the next time you go to a rave, you're gonna take that thing. I think you're gonna trip everybody out, man.
Yeah, and then so there's about 12 different like fonts and different changes too, and you can turn it off and you can hear like they have like I am a Jedi. You hear that? Like my father.
That's cool.
And then who character that is now. Now you know that's Luke Skywalker and Luke's color.
Well, that's Anakin's. Cool. Yeah,
Anakin and Luke's. Yeah. There's that, and then
sorry, I got it. Luke Skywalker. Luke Skywalker is his is the green one.
Yeah,
that's his lightsaber.
Right here. So there's a darker blue. The other one is kind of a lighter blue. But I won't go through all of them. But I'll go. So the smooth gray. It's all right. It's like a Ahsoka color, I believe. And then Qui-Gon Jinn. So green.
That'll be green. Nice.
And then I'll do one more because I think it's Windu after this. Yeah. Purple.
Nice.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, only one bad space mother effer is able to use purple and make it.
Yep.
Unfortunately, else on his figure didn't come out the best.
Yep. Yeah. So what I'll say about these real quick is that they are collectibles, but there's no edition sizes to them. So there's no resale value. Basically, that's the only thing that's bad. But I'm probably going to resell it.
A Plus was asking. If you don't mind, Sharon, he was asking in chat how much did that cost?
Yeah,
and he was wondering, can you put that giveaway?
Hell no, man! This is
I'll
give you this. If I sell mall ever,
Mark,
I'll give you this.
If ASV hits the 500 subscriber mark, which probably never, then Marcos could put that as a giveaway.
But it costs so.
Hey, when in doubt, give away somebody else's stuff, man. That's the best way to roll it.
Exactly.
So, Aiden, so the cost of this is a little bit more than the other ones because it's two. It's basically you could disconnect it. It's like two lightsabers, basically.
Yeah.
But this one was 800. Shipped basically, and then the other ones are around 550 to 450 from the same company. So like the Sidious one is 550, 520. The Windu is around like 550, 520. The Obi-Wan's about 500. So the single character, like the single hilt ones, are a little bit cheaper for sure. So it's still a good price. So 500 is like a premium.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So you got a choice. You can buy a saber or you can buy an in-art figure at this point.
Yeah. But I don't know. I think that saber's a lot more badass than an in-art
figure. I'm just saying. Yeah, I know that's meant to poke for how silly expensive once it's figures.
Well, I'm just waiting for Marcos to do that live PO on that 1-to-1 scale Deadpool.
What's kind of insane puts it in. That's actually a better value than going to buy the Kojin Batman, buying the Kojin Batman with the armory, since that's almost the statue I ordered last night is cheaper by $180.
What'd you order last night?
Well, we made the Harley Who Laughs. A Plus. Sorry, I forgot to say thank you very much. I appreciate you for the comment there in relation to the congrats for pre-ordering that last night. That is something where I can say an action figure is more expensive than buying a third scale Prime 1 statue. Buy a couple $100.
Yeah, Stanley, 100% screwed, man. Like, rabbit hole is definitely. It's done.
That's why Marcos makes the beg of butt. That's why he lives like the $1 million man to DiBiase. He does it by just eating lots of 99-cent noodles.
Yeah,
and can live on noodles and polystone alone,
and cheap gin.
Yeah, or taking shots of J&D.
I have not bought new clothes in 10 years, so
And Marcos is like that. Marcos is like that meme where it's the guy with no shirt and this hole in his underwear, and looking at all his statues, like
look how great it looks with no fucking underwear. Yeah, that's me, baby.
Oh man.
Oh, man. I mean, hey, if you're gonna have types of crack that suck all your money out, this type of crack is better than actual crack.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, that's
debatable. We're all stuck on it.
Well, I mean unless you try and eat it, that's the only way you'll lose all your teeth.
yeah. But yeah, that's really cool. Marcos, before I started collecting statues, I was gonna start collecting swords, anime swords, like Bleach, especially Bleach and stuff. And then I was like, that was just gonna be a crazy rabbit hole for me. And I'm thinking, man, if Kenpachi ever does a Bankai, and then when he did come out with a Bankai, I was like, that ain't gonna fit in the freaking room. That thing's ginormous.
Yeah, it's like
So, and then like the Sasuke sword from Shippuden and stuff. And I was like, man, in One Piece, all those swords. And there's factories that sell them. I thought it would be so cool to have on a wall.
Or Rurouni Kenshin and some of those, those could be more manageable, but there's a whole shit.
Yeah, so
yeah.
Go ahead. No, go ahead, Will. Okay.
No. I was just agreeing with Lane. There's a bunch of them. So it's just like, you don't have space for statues, but imagine just walls and walls of anime swords. So it's just crazy.
There are swords now. I'm definitely getting, because I have that Rurouni Kenshin Dio with him and Shishio, the figure. So I'm gonna get Shishio's sword and Kenshin's sword, obviously, and then I'm gonna get the Rengoku from Demon Slayer. I'm gonna a company's gonna do him. I know which company it's gonna be. It's gonna be Infinity Studios. He's probably the next character they do. And once I PO that, I'm gonna get his sword as well. So definitely, anime swords are cool, man. But usually,
I think if you had like the quarter scale piece and then the sword right underneath it, kind of like how people do art prints and things like that.
That's what I'm about to do with this. Yeah, basically.
Yeah, that would be really cool. I think that's a good little setup there. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm kind of glad I didn't, because I know it's going to be a really bad rabbit hole.
It's
that's why I kind of am avoiding collecting anime statues. But there is this one that I might break and PO. Marcos, I sent you the pictures.
Oh yeah,
the one with the dragon. I don't know if you want to pop that up. That way, Lane can take a look at it.
The only statue I saw recently, only anime statue I saw recently pop. I could see that in Alan's collection just because of who it is. Was that Halibel or Harabel from Bleach? Tia Halibel.
Is he saying it right?
Harabel.
Okay.
Which is she like? I don't know. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Was she on the wrong side? Or
no, she was the Ara Connor.
Yeah, she was. Is she the one
the
with
ice face with the big mask and then the big boobs?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Tia Harabel. All right. Tia Halibel or Harabel. Depending because the Japanese don't have R's in them.
R's and L's. Yeah, it's weird. So can you guys see?
Yeah, we can see.
So you're talking about. You're gonna talk. Yeah. You're talking about Hiei with the Dark Dragon.
Yeah. And this one's so cool. So this company's doing a custom piece, 6 scale. This is the quarter scale, and I love the hint of purple they put in. Yep. They did say they will do all black as well, but in the anime is more canon with the hint of purple. And by far, man, this piece is
dope.
Out of even licensed anime pieces, I think this is the best one by far, and it's a custom piece. If you could do the headshot, Marcos, you'll see the detail in Hiei's. There's 2 headshots, one with the glowing eyes, and I think they're going to do that with the light up feature with the battery, and then the other one is just hit the regular third eye, which is super cool. There it is.
Yeah, so it's what company? Can I say what company? Because I know which one it is.
I don't know if they want me to say what company it is, but
it's a very reputable. It's a very reputable site. Company. I would say.
Yeah. I spoke with the commissioner, but I didn't ask if I could say it. But there's the actual cast. So that's the quarter scale. You see how big it is with that gentleman there. Like that's if I'm gonna jump in the rabbit hole, that's gonna be the first one, man.
So I'll say this: like usually these big concepts like this, because I have a lot of anime pieces. They're usually done in 1/6, which I know they are doing. But this in 1/4 scale is gonna be huge, man. Like obviously you can tell.
Oh.
But yeah, dude, like this piece right here is so cool. He's like, I'm trying to think. He's probably my favorite character in Yu Yu Hakusho.
Oh yeah, for sure, by far.
Yeah, I do like what's his name, Brian Whitboy. God, I'm blinking out because I haven't seen it so long.
Well, here's something weird, guys. Looking right now on PCS, and is something that he said that he just posted up a little bit ago. Stay tuned for the importance at the end of SDGC because there's an important announcement regarding coming for the team at PCS.
All right, I'll pull that up. I guess it's on his PCS.
Yeah, no, it's a stay tuned thing, and so they say they're going to have a big announcement about the team. So it has me wondering. Just posted up about 30 some odd minutes ago on the PCS collectors group.
Yeah, cool. So I know I saw a lot of stuff. I think you guys probably were talking about yesterday, Marcos, that maybe you could pop that up too. You guys were talking about horror statues and stuff. And
I knew you were going to bring those up.
Well, no, I'm bringing this up because I don't think it's a custom, right? So any other show is not going to talk about customs except for me. But it's a quarter scale Jason Voorhees from number 7, which is my favorite.
Oh yeah,
Jason Voorhees
my
movie.
Favorite.
Yeah, because the young girl, she's got like the telepathic
Carrie,
powers.
basically. It's Carrie versus Jason.
Pretty much. But man, you got to see this, man. I gave Marcos the pictures there, but freaking amazing. I absolutely love this piece. It's the scene where he's going through the door.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, look at that.
Holy moly.
I don't know if we can make that a little bit bigger, but just
full zombie Jason, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
Dude, he looks so cool there.
He looks phenomenal. Now I've picked up a piece from this group before, and their product's really, really good. Their price is really decent. I just wish this was 1/3, so it's a quarter piece. But look, man, it's God.
I don't love that alt head sculpt. I like with the mask. I don't love that one.
I don't like that one either. I love the mask. Like
no, I would personally keep the mask, but I do like that they give you the option if you wanted the option. But I do have a Jason Voorhees. It's a figure. It's in my attic. I got to pull it out next time. He's pretty big. He's probably about 18 to 20 inches tall. I can't remember what company. It's a toy company. And it's still sealed in the box. My wife bought it for me like 22 years ago. And it's still sealed in a box. And it's from Jason 7 because it was my favorite. I saw it at a toy store and I was like, dude, I got it. It was like a hobby-ish toy store kind of thing. I'll try to remember. But yeah, I really wanted to show this one for everybody to take a look at. If you're a horror fan and you love Jason as much as I do, this piece, they knocked it out of the park.
Movies are probably the worst ones, but he's my favorite character design out of all the horror, slasher horror movies. So,
and he changes over the whole thing, which is also kind of what's interesting.
The best movie is probably Michael Myers, Halloween, the first one especially. I'm trying to think of the best power.
Well, yeah, but that's one of the best movies. Like many of these ones that really got made.
Yeah, and then Freddy has the most power. So
yeah, but I think like character wise, just like the look and everything about it, Jason's my top.
Me too. I love the hockey mask and everything.
Yeah. I think it's great. I keep seeing trailers for Jason in New York. I didn't really like that movie, but 8 wasn't good with New York, but 7 was good. Heck, I even like X better than 8. And that's when he was
Jason in space is great. That is one of maybe the best kill in the entire series. When she smacked the head smash after the girl gets her head frozen.
Yeah, and the liquid nitrogen. Yeah.
That one is hilarious.
Yeah,
but that movie is more like a horror comedy, whereas we might laugh at some of the stuff that happens in like the earlier Friday the 13th movies. In the movie universe, this is technically supposed to be quote serious of what happened, even though most of these morons deserve, especially like, I don't know, that inbred mom and her son from Friday the 13th Part 5, A New Beginning.
Yeah.
That one.
It's been a while.
Movie. Yeah, no, I hate that movie.
Yeah, a lot of younger people don't know that the first Jason movie wasn't even Jason. It was just his mom killing everybody. And Kevin Bacon's in it. People are like, Kevin Bacon's, and he's like, yeah, Kevin took me out.
It's like super well unknown.
Yeah.
But I've been thinking for years I need to finally pick up that the Blu-ray set that was put out that had like the restored like the restored like Friday the 13th Part 2, where I was like, because they found the original like negatives and stuff and redid it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and they added in like they added the full scene for where Jason does the famous like spear to the girl and the guy to show the like there was. I was like, so they went back and added the scene where the actress was underage fully now, because in that scene, guys, if you ever seen Friday the 13th too, there's one of the kills is a blonde girl and one of the two of the counselors and the guy. Right. And it is cut kind of short where you don't see it like it was much longer where they get stabbed like through and stuff. In the movie cut, they get stabbed and you just kind of see it at the bottom, like after it's gone through the bed.
Right.
You see some of the blood. But there was a whole scene of them piercing stuff in the whole thing. But most of that scene was cut because the girl who was in the bed scene was actually like 17 at the time when the film was being done. Apparently, all kinds of maybe not great shenanigans was happening.
It's the 70s, right? It was the 70s.
Late 70s, early 80s, where they were faster and looser. But there are famous things like one of the girl who was interested in the guy in the wheelchair. The one takes the machete to the face. Where that guy was feeling pretty good about himself, but there are some interesting stories, like because the girl who was playing that was actually I think 18, so her mom was actually on the set at points. But she was really into the actor because he was like in his mid-20s or something.
Right.
But it was funny because she was in real life like very much interested in him, which unfortunately he had to shut her down because he was actually gay. So she said he was like, he let me. He's like, she in some interviews, she was just like, of course, the guy I first had a crush on my first movie, but she's like, he was so nice, like she was because he died years ago.
It kind of reminds me of Clueless, right? Where she's in the bed with the new kid, and she's like, he likes everything. He's got fashion, all of a sudden he ends up being gay, and she's like trying to be with him, and he's gay. It's kind of the same thing. Yeah. But Marcos, I was going to ask you too, and I know I sent you pictures. Besides that horror, I really like that horror quarter scale. So I'm not sure what the cost is going to be for that. But since you're such a big Deadpool fan, and I sent you the pictures of the San Diego Sideshow Iron Studios Wolverine and Deadpool, you think you might pick that up? I'm actually tempted. I don't really do movies unless it's Michelle Pfeiffer, but those two are really good. I'm very surprised how good these two came out.
So one-third is usually what I go for with I'm gonna put the picture up.
Movie pieces and stuff.
Movie pieces, but Deadpool is always gonna be an exception, for me. Like he'll always be because he just Deadpool for me. So
whatever you can get the best look of the character. Yeah. Like I always say the best one.
So this is it right here. I do like the Deadpool. I wish obviously there was a portrait with Reynolds. And I wish there was like switch outs because I know the Wolverine actually has 2 different arm options. So it just sucks that Deadpool didn't get that. Like I'm not to spoil anything, but there's a look in the movie. I think it'll look really good with how Deadpool looks right now. So like you just have to switch the weapons basically. But
I'm just so surprised how much I liked it for being a movie piece, honestly. Because usually I don't gravitate towards the movies and I'm a little picky with likeness, right? But with them wearing their masks and stuff like that, I could get with it. And I'm a huge fan of Wolverine. I love Wolverine. And I'm super particular about my Wolverine statue, especially customs and license. But this one, I'm feeling it. I'm really liking this piece, to be honest. I thought of you and that Deadpool. I'm like, Marco's getting it's Deadpool.
It's like an 85%, but there is a piece I'm 100% getting. And we can do it tonight, but but for sure, I do like
life-size Deadpool, baby. Let's do it.
What's up?
I said life-size Deadpool. Let's do it. Hot Toys life-size Deadpool. I knew that's the one you were all in.
That is definitely not what I'm talking about.
You're Jerry Jones, Dallas Cowboys. We're all in.
Yeah, and I am definitely not all. It looks good. I don't have the money to be all in on that though, for sure. That's buying a fucking car. It's like $15,000, man. So fuck no.
Well, that's
not including shipping.
Yeah,
not including shipping. Yeah, but surprisingly, isn't that the 1.5 scale Sentinel Buster like 19 grand or something like that? It wasn't.
Was it?
It was. Yeah, it was something like that. It wasn't. It's half. It was a 1.5 scale. It wasn't the 1-to-1 scale. 1-to-1 scale 75K. The half scale was like 19, I think.
For the Queen
Sentinel Buster. Yeah.
Oh, Hulk Buster.
So Hulk. Yeah, I said Sentinel. Sorry, Hulk Buster.
I know that's why I was confused. Like Sentinel Buster with it.
No. Sentinel Buster.
Missed that battle.
Sentinel Buster's a project coming up, and I got that stuck in my head right now. But the Hulk Buster. So if Deadpool's 1-to-1 scales like 13, 15, that's not too bad if you think about it.
Well, that's on price. That's on price for about like some of the life-size Queen Iron Mans and more recent ones,
right?
Iron Mans and stuff. So I don't think it's, but like Marcus would say, like that's so many other statues that I could buy. That's like Marcus would have to be like, I'm not buying anything for the next like 2 years.
Yeah,
like now it might take you 2 years before you get that Deadpool in, which can also make things even more painful because you're like, I can't buy any other statues in the in between, like not that like quarter scale like that Riddler they could pop up from where you're like, nope, can't buy that. I just like literally can't buy anything for 2 years.
So that piece, I do like it, like the life size, and maybe that'll be a piece I get secondhand in long future. But as of right now, no. I do want a 1-to-1 life size Deadpool, at least in a bust form, like with a torso and above. Mm-hmm. Like it would be awesome to have that piece though, like that Hot Toys piece. I think it's awesome looking, but I'm just not right now. I'm not that rich, and I don't have that much room, And
well, that's a whole different matter. And then the boxes. I mean, that's a whole other fight. We talk about some of these pieces for just like the box space and everything. Like that's my biggest thing. Living in an apartment, I'm just box space is the thing for me more than anything. I'm just for what I have on order, like doing that other one. I'm going, oh fuck. That Harley is going to be 2 huge boxes. Oh, brother. Like something like that, I just would like go. Oof. But I really actually like those Deadpool. And now because obviously I have 30 Hot Toys on pre-order right now. I'm a little bit more of a Hot Toys 1/6 scale collector than I do Star Wars. But like I haven't pre-ordered any of the Deadpool stuff because I'm mostly Star Wars focused. Like Star Wars is my thing, and Hot Toys is kind of my avenue for collecting Star Wars. Right. But I am interested in that Wolverine, especially. Now, I know Marcos probably was all in on that, Fabio cover Wolverine. Shirtless one. I call it Fabio cover Wolverine.
Yeah.
Now, don't pull that up because there is actually a spoiler kind of apparently with that figure now.
Yeah.
That they updated the picture for it.
Well, I think if they decide to do 1/6 figures of all the Deadpools in the movie, you guys would probably pick it up, because you got to. Well,
they already have Lady Pool coming.
Yeah, Lady Pool.
Lady Pool is already coming. Yeah, I basically said I need to see them. I have to wait. I got to see the movie and really like the movie,
right?
Because from Hot Toys, they put out now they're artisaning us to death. So like they literally showed like $3,000 worth of just figures before, not even including some of the other stuff that they teased with like Lady Pool.
Right.
But I mean, I've looked at I'm keeping myself. I'm just trying to get General Grievous because there's actually an awesome figure of him actually coming. It isn't a piece of trash like the sideshow one. That thing is such a piece of garbage. But no sideshow. I'm not getting any sponsorship from that.
I mean, you keep talking about them, it might happen,
Nah, I keep telling some of this stuff is shit.
He said that
but that figure at least. Then I'm also because I'm all in going for the Scarlett Johansson Iron Man 2 Black Widow. Like that's going with my Iron Man figures.
Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to try. Now, I mean, I get it, but I already have like 3 other of those artisan pieces on free, but they're all like $400 to $500.
Yeah, that's tough.
But I'll say of statues that were shown over the past week, because it's not one we talked about like last night or anything, because it's not. I know it's on like Vero people's radar, that Valera Senganar from World of Warcraft, that 3rd scale that Sideshow showed off during their Sideshow Con, which is a 3rd scale.
I think I saw it. World of Warcraft.
They were talking about it. Yeah, they showed it on it. It's Infinity Studios, 3rd scale that they're doing. They showed it at the same time they were showing that War Chief Sylvanas Windrunner bus. But yeah, they're doing a Valera Senganar.
So I got this up right now. I just did a live PO because I'm an idiot, but it had to happen.
Oh, you did go in for the Deadpool.
Nice. Nice. Live PO.
It's not the Iron Studios, but it is the Hot Toys special edition.
That Hot Toys is amazing. You can actually get that, Marcos. If you want that right now, I think I know it'd be $470, but you can get that right now from Hong Kong.
What's up?
You can get that figure. You still might be able to from Hong Kong because they had like 500 or 800 of them already available.
Rip. This is like brand new. It just came out.
I know they did a live release already. You could buy some of these. Some people have already gotten it. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. But it's not something I would say. The guy I knew still had a few left over from resellers.
Okay.
It was going to be like $470. It'd be $470 shipped, so it'd be a lot. But I know you. I know you're a big Deadpool guy, so I was like, you can actually get this possibly shipped to you this week.
But yeah, this is it right here. There's so many switch outs, and I have a hot toy right now. It's a Deadpool zombie, and I'm just not very good with the switch outs for some reason. I'm not good at posing, and I don't know. I just gotta figure it out.
This guy is really cool though. Because I've been thinking about getting this guy. I got to see the movie if I really, really like it. I want to get this Deadpool. My only thing with this Deadpool is actually I hate the base that comes with the special edition. I hate the base. These kind of diorama style bases and stuff, I absolutely despise. But this figure is amazing. Like I've seen some like comparison figure of all 3 of the Hot Toys Deadpool. This one blows it away.
Yeah, this one's good.
This boy with Wolverine. Like if I really like the movie, I'm probably gonna get Deadpool. I'm gonna get Wolverine. I'm probably gonna get Ladypool because I love her. I love female Wade Wilson. Wanda Wilson or something. I forget what her comic name is. But I'd be interested in those, and then I would probably go back and get Cable. Josh Brolin's Cable. That figure is not the best one, but I would love to have them all together. But look at all this stuff. You've got Dogpool, you got Babypool,
you got Headpool.
You got Headpool. I know it doesn't come with the Ryan Reynolds head sculpt. There's just something with his likeness that's supposed to be like super ridiculous. I hate that base. I really hate that base stuff. Did I mention I hate that base?
Yep.
But I love the gold guns too. Like the guns are cool. Yeah. But this figure is really fantastic. I think the Wolverine is even better. That Jackman Wolverine, like not the shirtless one, but the original one. Those two I think are going to look so awesome together. I don't know if I got this Deadpool if I would ever actually put the Babypool on. I'm sorry, I think that was kind of stupid. That just I know it's probably part of the gag and stuff with Deadpool, but
I don't want to spoil it. But it's not a big spoiler. None of this happens. I'll just say that. None of this happens.
Okay. Yeah. No. This is because I see this, and this is like an issue of a cover of an issue back of Cosmic Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
Which was Frank Castle Ghost Rider, like on the front of his, like he had on the front, kind of sitting there on his space motorcycle, was freaking baby Thanos, and I was just like, that is so fucking stupid.
I didn't care for that with the baby Thanos thing. This one's not too bad. This one I actually quite like it. But yeah, the Cosmic Ghost Rider with the baby Thanos on it I didn't. That was kind of odd, but
since I ordered it, I gotta take a big old shot. So. Congrats to me. My thing is I'm trying to get almost everything from this movie, at least Deadpool wise. I love Jackman Wolverine. I really do. It just Deadpool is my main focus. So
I would tell you might want to consider that Wolverine.
But I'm not
that Wolverine.
like my thing is like I'm just not big into figures in general, so I wouldn't get it. But like I do like this figure because it comes with a lot and has those dual golden. Oh, hey Freddie, what's up, man? So I just IPO, man. So stupid.
Freddie, we have to double team Marcos, so he doesn't realize he's gonna own a Wolverine next year, but he will have one at some point.
I am getting JC as Wolverine 1/3. I know I'm getting that. So, or not JC, but his company, obviously,
Legendary Beast.
Yeah. So I'm getting that. But yeah.
Cool.
Oh, Freddie.
Everyone I know has seen it.
No spoilers, Freddie. No spoilers, man. I haven't watched it. Neither has Lane. Come on now.
But I will say this though. I love the part when in Deadpool when he fights Princess Peach. That was a really cool part.
Oh yeah, I know you had to do that last night, and I declared there should be a banhammer permanently.
I was like, man, when Jar Jar Binks showed up, man, it was crazy, and people were like, what?
Hey, Hot Toys literally showed a Jar Jar Binks figure. I couldn't believe it. I thought it was fake at first, but there is actually a Jar Jar Binks. Plus, they finally showed a Chewbacca that didn't look like awful. But I'm pressing Ant that if they're going to do a licensed third scale, we need to find. If the one guys who will do sexy stuff, we need a Slave Princess Leia. Like they're the one thing that thing would sell probably too much. Sell too much. It's like I said. I said Ant needs to get with me and like Alan or something, and we need to go Jedi Mind Trick, whoever at Disney. Like, got to give the approval process to it. It's like you want to approve things.
Yeah.
Lapio, second 1/6 figure.
It's starting. The snowball's getting bigger.
No, I'm not going rabbit hole. Like I said, I'm not good at posing. I'm not like Freddie and Lane. You guys can pose your asses up. I can't.
Are you saying those guys are a bunch of posers? I mean,
I think Freddie, you just got posered by our supposedly bestest bestie Marcos. Now we're definitely going to make sure we're going to press him into like peer pressure him into getting a Wolverine so that he doesn't have a choice. He doesn't realize it yet.
If 1/3, put it like this, if I know what company Queen Studios comes out with both Deadpool and Wolverine 1/3, I'll probably get them. No, I know for sure I'm getting Deadpool, but I would think about.
But you're talking about movie though.
Yeah. Movie.
Okay.
I'll think about it if it's really good, but for sure, I know Queen Studios says they're trying to get a 1/3 or a bust of. I hope they come out with a bust because I need a bust. I need a movie bust of Reynolds, but I can't wait till really get my. I have good pieces right now of Deadpool, but I want more. Obviously, him and One Piece are my main focuses, and obviously Batman too, as you can see back there.
Marcos, I need the help. Just Marcos, because you're like I'm not a figure person, but you know what? This is one thing Hot Toys can do really amazing. This is Moon Knight.
Yep.
From the Disney Plus series.
Yeah.
This is something this is an amazing figure. The detail, he's got the best posable cape ever maybe made. This is so cool because it looks so detailed and it's not as large as this third scale statue. This is sometimes the perfect thing for a scale. Like if you want to have a couple of from the same movie or other stuff, Freddie can vouch for this too. Now, can you sink into a hole where you're going to have 100 of these before you know it? Yes. There is always that possibility. But I would say with, where once you've Deadpooled, you're not going to be able to stop. You're going to have to get Wolverine.
Should I take a drink out of a Wolverine? Or is
Yes.
As long as it grows hair on your chest.
I got none of that. Look at me. I'm so weak, man. I can't get this open. What the heck? Yeah, rip it apart. But
that Moon Knight. I don't know if you ever watched a Disney series or is it?
It's all right.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I'm kind of looking forward to the next installment of it because now his third, character in his head's going to come out and he's really vicious and stuff. So it was cool. I mean, I'm waiting for it.
It was just for me. It was kind of once it was over, it was over. There's nothing crazy to think about or So that's all I would say about that. It wasn't bad. It was like middle of the pack for me. That's all it was.
Yeah, I think they did it like that purposely because they weren't sure how it would be received towards the end.
The costume looked great though.
The costume was fire. Yeah,
fire. But
yeah, Aiden, Werewolf by Night. I haven't watched that. I've been wanting to watch it, but I haven't got the chance to watch that one.
It was really good. Yeah, but Aiden, I like your list, but man, get Man of Steel actually isn't too bad. But get Batman vs Superman out of that list, man. That should not be your top 10 or top 20.
Well, the funny part is I know two of the movies that I absolutely love from the DCEU are ones that Marcus actually probably hated. I love Blue Beetle and I love Black Adam. And
I didn't mind either of those, actually. They weren't offensive. Like Batman vs Superman is offensive.
That you got to watch the director's cut with the extra stuff.
I actually out of all those, I do like the Snyderverse.
The Justice League?
Yeah, I like his version of it way better. And I watched all 4 hours of it. And I was just like...
That's a long movie.
It's a long movie. But, I mean, I love the Martian Manhunter in there and, all that good stuff. Watchmen, that was really good too.
Yeah, Watchmen.
Hey, I know people are going to hate me for this. It's like the second worst Marvel movie ever, but I like it, is Eternals. Just saying, I like it.
It's not bad. It's not offensive. It's just boring. Like there's not like too much.
It wasn't boring for me. Look, you had two things in there that were the best, and they weren't boring at all. All right, Selma Hayek, Angelina Jolie. Okay,
I knew it was Selma, dude. I was like,
I knew that. I was waiting for that. Yeah,
you got the two queens in there, man. It's not boring at all.
Dude, she's like 56, looking like she's fucking 28, dude. It's crazy.
Exactly.
Bro, like it's obviously she's got work done, no doubt. Like, but But I don't care at all. But I've seen work done on 30-year-olds and they look 78, So like,
yeah,
man, like her genetics are just fucking top notch.
Like, through the roof for sure, through the roof.
Dude, yeah. But that movie just didn't do it for me. Well, you were talking about something else too. Blaine, I think you said movies I hate. Blue Beetle and Black Adam. I didn't hate those. Those are like middle of the pack. Nothing offensive about them. They were pretty solid. I think Jaime Reyes is after from Cobra Kai, Miguel Xolo. I think he's a good Blue Beetle. It just sucks that his movie was just kind of forgettable. But
well, my thing was he did come up kind of like whiny-ish too much the first half of the movie, but I really enjoyed Blue Beetle quite a bit. I don't know why, because maybe it was just more of a simple hero origin story, and I hadn't had that in a while. It wasn't trying to be a whole lot more than that. Right. And then Black Adam, I don't know why that movie really clicked for me. I love the guy who plays Hawkman.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
And Dr. Fate, and I think it's just The Rock's presence. Now, did I think he should be like that The Rock tried to have Black Adam set up for Superman, and I'm like, he's Shazam's villain. Like he's not Superman's bad guy, he's Shazam's bad guy.
Well, I mean, I think he was just trying to piggyback off the animated movie.
Yeah. And obviously like Rock takes himself. I love The Rock. I think he's kind of a meme, but I like him. But he does take himself pretty seriously, and obviously Shazam is not a serious character, especially in those movies. Mm-hmm. So I think he wanted a more serious guy, and he's friends with Cavill too. So, dude, it was so weird. That piece was so fucking good. It sucks that it probably got like 20 POs, so they had to cancel it because like that piece was so good. Like it was actually a really good piece, and it just didn't sell because the movie sucked, and not sucked, but like it didn't do well. But another thing too, you were talking about Watchmen with Zack Snyder. So I'm a big Zack Snyder.
Oh my god!
I think he's one of the biggest douchebag in Hollywood. But the reason why Watchmen worked for me with him is because he had no real input. He pretty much did a copy paste of the novel. And guess what? Zack Snyder does do scenes like action scenes very well. He makes things look
he does.
But if you had to make him write his own stuff, he is horrific on what he is. One of the worst, for sure. But Watchmen is one of my favorite movies, comic movies at least, because it's almost copy paste from the novel. Like he doesn't do much variations besides obviously the giant octopus squid at the end versus the nuke basically. But yeah.
Go check real quick just what I sent you, Marcos.
Oh, let's see.
That's something you can pull up here quick. Somebody didn't waste any time.
Oh my
God! Someone didn't waste any time. Wow, you'll find this funny. So, guys, when we can literally say some people do not waste any time. Just in a second here, you will go, wow. Yeah, the Blue Beetle FPJ, I was considering it. I think just being a third scale and it was being $1,600 on that statue. Someone did not waste any time. This is a third-party Iron Monarch with Tony Stark as gold.
That is so good. Is this up for PO already?
I don't know yet. I just saw it posted up. Like,
dude, I don't know what they're gonna do with this, man. I hope it's good, but like I said, I know whatever happens is not gonna be RDJ's fault because he's a great actor. But
he is.
What the fuck are they doing, bro? This is a Hail Mary attempt right here. They're hoping this sticks, man.
I'm sorry. I just thought that was freaking. I saw that and thought that was freaking hilarious. Like, I'm like, really? Jeez. Already.
That is good, man. That's funny.
No,
I have no idea what this company is or anything like that. I mean, maybe there may have already been an Iron Monarch like third-party figure, and now someone just quickly did up
slap the face on there.
Yeah, or something. But I saw this. It was like, damn, guys, it's only been like not even like 2 hours, and there's
maybe we might be at 2 hours,
hour or something like an hour and a half.
Yeah,
there's already a third-party evil Iron Man Dr. Doom already out for ready to go. Like, we will have this in like 6 months.
My whole thing about the whole Tony, they're not saying this Tony, but I hope this is not like this is the universe, like the main universe Doom. I hope this is like a variant from a different universe. Because like, I want a real universe Doom without RDJ. Obviously, I want a real Victor Von Doom with the whole accent. Sound like he's from the Gulag.
Well, maybe when they do Secret Wars, they could probably introduce something.
Like I said, I heard it's kind of gonna be like pretty much a soft reboot after that. Like it's gonna be like they're gonna take a lot of characters out, and then I think we talked about it backstage. Like bring some new, fresh faces for at least the main cast. And then obviously, I think they're gonna keep like characters like Shang-Chi, like all the young people right now.
Yeah, the young ones.
But yeah, all Hawkeye.
A new Tony Stark. They're gonna have a new, probably Steve Rogers, Captain America. They'll reboot those guys, like even if they're off in their own thing. Maybe I'm wondering
I think the only character that would really be difficult, and I know it's been going around for years, is someone to replace Hugh Jackman. I just can't see somebody young going.
Okay, I won't spoil it. Never mind. But there's something in the Deadpool movie that you're like, they could do it. They could do it. They can replace him.
It's not Henry Cavill. I mean, he can't replace him. I'm sorry.
Okay, do you know that then?
Yeah, I saw.
He 100% can replace him. I love him.
he's already too old, Marcos. You gotta. You're gonna soft reboot. You're gonna need a young cat.
He's at what 35? I'm sorry, lady, if you're getting spoiled. My bad.
No, he's like 40, man.
Yeah. What are you talking? He's just a good 40.
Yeah, I mean, Cavill played Superman for almost 10 years.
Yeah.
What 2-3 movies?
I'm just saying, it doesn't matter how long, but
I know. I'm just saying, God damn, Zack Snyder, I hate him. Fucking hell, wasted a great Superman for no reason. Fucking hell, dude. I hate Zack Snyder. My gosh, I'm taking a shot because I'm.
Well, hey, I mean, you get some more Zack Snyder here. Yeah, he's 41.
41. Yeah. I just looked it up.
Yeah,
but that's a good 10. With how he works out and how young he looks for his age, that's 10 years.
Yeah, but you can age steadily, man. I think that for a lot of these characters, they want to get actors 25 to 30.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just Marcos. 4 years is a long time. Like, think about it. Look, go back and look at when the first election of Biden to him now. It's like freaking night and day. Like, seriously.
Yeah, but that's 77 to 81. That's different than 30 to 40.
I'm just saying 4 years is a long time.
But Biden's always been kind of a goof, not trying to get too political, but that last debate, man, that was hilarious. He's like,
I think we can probably all agree they were like since that they've been on the exit strategy for him, despite what they were saying in public. They were managing and starting to work to have Kamala Harris take over.
Yeah,
like that was in the work for a while. That wasn't a random decision.
Not to go politic, but
sure.
But I just think Cavill is just too big of a guy to play that role. And I know Jackman's 6'2", and they kind of made it work, but Cavill's just so bulky, you know. I don't know if he can.
He's a big.
You can't shrink the guy, right? You know, so in the original X-Men movie, Cyclops is like the actor shorter than Hugh Jackman. He had to wear like these 10-inch stilts. You know what I mean?
No, but Cavill actually is smaller than Jackman height-wise. He's obviously bulkier for sure.
Right. Yeah, way bulkier. He's got the broader shoulders, the lats.
Hey, that can be fixed. That can be fixed. Like just like lay off the creatine and roll it, obviously.
Honestly, I think Harry Potter should play it. Harry Potter should just
that's not a bad one. That's not a bad one. I said that would be pretty good because he's a very
unique Harry Potter.
Yeah, Harry.
Yeah,
he played a Nazi, dude. Like, what the fuck?
He's he's not as young anymore. He's like in his 30s.
Yeah, but dude, like Potter fucking like played a. I remember I saw a movie. He was a what was it called, Equilibrium or something like that. He played like a neo-Nazi. Dude, fucking killed it.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
So
wait, neo-Nazi. Wait, wasn't that Edward Furlong?
What?
In American History X?
No. It's a different movie. It's called like Equilibrium or something like that. And he plays a neo-Nazi, an FBI agent. You know, goes undercover neo-Nazi, and like, dude. Fucking Radcliffe killed that shit, dude. But Aiden, so Taron Egerton actually has said publicly he's been in talks with Marvel for years. I think he said that maybe it's like a throw people off, but he said that it was more for Cyclops over Wolverine for him. So just let you know.
Interesting.
Yeah,
that's interesting. But it's I mean, I think in terms of soft reboot for Marvel and DC, it's you kind of got to get the guys that are still like 25 to 28. You're just gonna have to get those younger actors and stuff, and who's hot, things like that, and then kind of try to not go so heavy on the wokeness, because that does affect a lot of the movies and stuff. No offense.
Well, it's just like don't be over the head with it. Like god damn, like just don't like. Like god damn, okay, I'm sorry, I'm racist. My bad if I am. Like shit, like holy shit, maybe I'm sexist too. Stop. Like it's just like
I don't know, man. It's bad. It's a little slippery slope, when it comes to that kind of stuff. But I did see a petition for Tropical Thunder 2, and they want to bring RBJ back for that. So.
Dude, that was I'm not lying. He played the greatest black actor in a comedy in the past 20 years. So there we go.
Yeah, I just saw something. There's like a petition for it, and I'm like, that wouldn't be bad because he killed it. He killed it on that role.
Yeah, and Jamie Foxx talked about it. He's like, man, us brothers, we love Robert Downey Jr. He's like, and guess what? He killed that fucking role. He's like, yeah, man, that motherfucker killed it. Dude, I love that movie so much. He's like, it's a top 3 comedy for me.
I think that movie just works though as just by itself. I think that's one of those things where it's like when they finally did Anchorman 2, where it turned out it was like okay, but it barely kind of felt like an even just an extension of the first movie, even though I do love the Killer Newsman fight. I won't lie. Getting to see Harrison Ford do the howling in daylight, like that was cool.
So the only issue that with Tropic Thunder 2 is that a big issue is like Robert Downey Jr. I think he would hate doing it, but I don't think he wants to get the backlash of being blackface again. That's like he got away with it. He's talked about it. He's like, man, he's like, because people are like, how'd you get away with that back in 2005? He's like, honestly, dude,
that was 2009.
Ben Stiller got more shit than me. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, he kept saying retard like in the movie.
Oh yeah.
And like that got more like hate than Robert Downey Jr. being black. What the fuck? So like he's like, I didn't actually get that much hate for it, but he's like, nowadays people try to do it, but everybody that like tries to hate like on social media tries to hate on Robert Downey Jr. for doing that. People are like, man, fuck you. Like let Robert Downey Jr. be that role. That's one of the greatest roles of all time. So yeah, I don't know. I love Tropic Thunder, Dodgeball, and other guys. Those are my top 3 comedies, and Wedding Crashers.
With the other, that was the cop one, right? that had like The Rock and Sam Jackson in a cameo, and then it was
the other guys,
about,
The Other Guys is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah.
I know.
I love that scene. I love that scene. You think what I'm thinking? Yeah, aim for the bushes. Let's go.
Aim for the bushes.
Somehow I'm still like, my only problem with that movie, honestly, is I didn't love that movie. As I said, my problem was after finishing, I still would have rather seen the movie with The Rock and Sam Jackson about their guys, because they were still 100 times more interesting to me. Which I know I know that is supposed to be part of the joke, kind of. But like, I don't know, that movie just never worked for me. It's like I was mostly just annoyed with Donnie Wahlberg the entire movie.
Donnie? You mean Mark?
Mark Wahlberg, not Donnie.
Yeah, Donnie wasn't in it.
Donnie's name out there for him. Come on.
You know what made that movie for me was Michael Keaton. I love his character.
Oh my gosh, dude! The TLC references, fucking so.
And he kept talking about his gay son to everybody.
So, are you guys excited at all for Beetlejuice here upcoming?
I never got into the first movie, and I don't care for
it. I mean, I grew up on the first movie, so I'm kind of skeptical for them not to ruin it with the second one. But it does look promising, honestly, if they got most of the original cast there.
Yeah, I have my kind of like I do with Wolverine and with Deadpool and Wolverine. I've got mild expectation for the movie. I know it's not going to. Plus, I mean, it's not going to have some of the main actors, which were our first entry. With Alec Baldwin and Gina Davis. Though we forget about those characters. Those were like co-main characters pretty much. They're what got us into the entire movie. Yep. So they're not going to be there for obvious reasons, especially with Alec Baldwin.
What are you talking about? What did you do? I'm kidding. I know he didn't.
But
he's like, use the other Baldwin. They're all the same. They all look alike.
Yeah.
Hey, someone said he should have been the one that shot at Trump. So he wouldn't have missed. Yes.
The only thing I kind of going to miss is because they're not going to have Jeffrey Jones. His character. They killed. I think he's been retired though from acting for a while.
For a long time. Yeah.
With the pedophile thing. So.
Oh, that'll do it too.
Yep.
With
dude, like what the fuck, man?
Oh, geez.
Yes.
Yeah, no, but then also with not having their ghost characters, because I'm kind of like, well, they're already dead, so did they just move on eventually, or what?
And possibly they saw the light and just went.
Yeah. Well, they went ghost and followed up Patrick Swayze's character from that. Yeah. The only character I've looked at so far that I have concerns for the character is going to be what it looks like the one guy who's Lydia's husband, I think. The guy who's like passes out. Like, are we going to do this guy as some weak-willed little chump?
Probably.
Like, that's what he's coming off. Now, if I'm all for Beetlejuice tormenting silly mortals. But
here's a question: how did he get his head back to normal size?
Yeah, that is a good. Since the other guy is like still shrunken head.
Yeah,
after meeting the voodoo doctor.
Yeah,
that is a good question. That is a very good
like, how did he get his head back? Right, So we'll see. We'll see. I just, I get to a point now with all these sequels and reboots and stuff that I feel that it just kind of ruining the classics for me. So I haven't watched Matrix 4 because I really don't want to ruin the Matrix. You know what I'm saying?
2 and 3 suck though. The only good one.
Well, so I watched all 3 in theaters when they came out. So it was like a real big thing for us back then when we were watching.
First one was great.
You know what I mean? So it's just like I hate that they bring these things out and they think it's going to do great, and they're probably catering to the young crowd, but then they ruin it, and then like old crowd for me is like, man, they just kind of ruin.
I don't want to do anything with anymore. Yeah, it's like we talking with Star Wars. What makes it that this is anytime you're talking about franchises that are decades old and that can cross multiple, like Star Trek. That's another one because we all have different expectations of what it's supposed to be.
Right.
And now I think a series type of property has done a great job for the most part, not for everybody, all the incarnations, but where it's like managed to keep the core concept but change itself repeatedly is like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They're the ones like who've had. Now, I'm not like the more modern ones. Some of the ones like the last movie, all that stuff I hate. But I'm saying like I can think of. I didn't read the original comics, but I remember the '80s show. I like that. I like the 2003 show for most of the season, like especially the early season, first 2 or 3. And I love the 2013 series. That's probably my favorite one with Karai and all that. Although they always did kind of make the relationships kind of weird in that.
Right, right.
You know, kind of strange since like Leonardo was into Karai and like technically she's kind of his adopted sister, which always came off kind of as a little weird, even though she eventually.
You're going too deep into lore, bro. You're going too.
That's kind of one of those Japanese storytelling things where they kind of get a little weird.
It was not weird. No, but see, the is, Karai is normally just a human ninja, but she got turned into a snake mutant at one point finally in the series, so she's technically a mutant by that point. But they always play that off for good jokes, like in that thing. And point is Mona Lisa. You might remember way back. She was like in the old '80s series. Like in 1 or 2 episodes, Raphael's kind of love interest. She came back as a space gecko. So one of the best jokes is like Leonardo is going to Karai, just like, hey, isn't that kind of weird that he's has the hots for a space lizard? And she just is like, but but that series has managed to transform itself into. I mean, you had like the animated movie and multiple series, the Batman versus TMNT. They're having Naruto. They're going to be doing our Naruto comic crossover with TMNT.
I know.
Here soon.
Yeah,
you sound very down about that, Mark.
I think like '80s and '90s, there was a lot of crossovers of almost everything you'd think.
Yeah, DC, Marvel, and Feige just came out this weekend and said. Someone asked him a question about DC and Marvel. He said, "Never say never." I'm like, "Don't do it." I just said, "Don't do it."
Yeah. I mean, you I don't know. I mean, what would be cool, and I'm just a fan of both. Is Predator versus Batman? Let's do it. Alien versus Superman. Why not?
Well, they've been doing that. They did an awesome Predator versus Wolverine comic here just recently.
Yeah, and they did Kong Godzilla versus Justice League. I saw that.
Yeah, that's a good comic. That's actually a really good comic.
I love, I'm a big Kong guy. Fuck Godzilla. Yeah. Godzilla's a cheat code. Fuck him. But
hey, I'm telling you right now, in the comics, a little bit of spoiler reading it, Superman gets taken by Godzilla. Godzilla, I don't know what Godzilla has in his breath, but he really put the hurt on Superman. Superman almost dies.
Well,
I don't
know. Soups actually has a weakness to nuclear energy, and obviously the nuclear the blast, that Godzilla has is all nuclear, power.
Right, so. Right. So, but it's pretty cool because some of like Batman shows up with this new freaking building size armor, and the Green Lanterns, like 5 of them joined together and built this giant mech, and I'm like, dude, this is pretty cool.
Dude, so, I love Batman so much, but I hate him with the Justice League. Like, he's so off because like it's so hard for him to like win battles when they fight like Brainiac type characters. Like, god damn it! What is Batman?
What's up, Jimmy? Jimmy's on.
Oh, Jimmy's here. What's up, Jimmy? But perfect example was like Zack Snyder's Justice League movie. Batman almost was like worthless in those whole movies. Like he did nothing, and like it's so tough to put Batman with the Justice League because the animated series did a great job with it. But the movies have done a horrific job on it, and I'm
telling you, man. Look, hey, I'll go to theaters and watch it if they could do like a real dark version of Batman. Maybe Christian Bale comes back or something, and he's got to tackle some predators. I'm all in.
Wolverine, Hugh Jackman versus Predator would be better for me.
I don't know.
Hey man, all I can say is of goofy crossovers, DC put out was actually a pretty mid story, but they did a what was called DC Mech Strike. So it's like basically the Justice League form, but use giant like 100-foot tall mecha and everything.
So
the story, it was from a few years ago. Marvel had also they had the Mech Strike Black Panther come out, right? But the DC Mecha series, The one moment that made that series read worthing is because Darkseid was the main bad guy. So he had at the heart of Apocalypse the anti-life like engine. So the moment where it actually paid off for most of the series was just when Darkseid's like hooked up to this thing finally and just yells for Apocalypse to transform. Like it drops into Earth's orbit and just says Apocalypse transform to Conqueror mode. And then it literally Apocalypse transforms into a giant planet-sized mecha Darkseid. So the Justice League mech have to fight against a giant plant like Unicron freaking Darkseid.
And
it was fighting a giant Unicron planet-sized Robo Darkseid.
Speaking of Darkseid, and we're like an hour 30 in. Marcos, you got that. I just wanted to share a project that a custom group is doing because you mentioned the Darkseid. These are just some renders and stuff, quarter scale, possibly 1/3 scale. Really good stuff. Eventually, I'll be posting the full review on ASV Collectibles on Facebook once Marcos pops up. I think they're like really, really hitting the mark here with this custom piece, man. I haven't seen a Darkseid like this.
I'm very excited about this. This piece is it's gonna be for me because I've seen it before. It's either gonna be this Darkseid piece or the Legendary Beast one. So it's between those two right now. Right there.
Oh damn! Is that inspired? Because that reminds me of the Injustice version of it.
There's going to be like 4 different head sculpts, I believe. There's this one. There's going to be the classic like 90s more squared off kind of look. Actually, a movie version which I did tease on ASV Collectibles, which the sculptor actually made it look to where it would fit that body and that armor, the movie version. And then I think one with the red eyes, like glowing red eyes and stuff. But yeah, this is looking good. This is just a whip with the renders and everything like that. It's gonna be, man, this piece is gonna be super epic. I don't know.
Big piece too.
Quarter scale itself is gonna be big. We don't have official measurements, but I really want it in 1/3. If we're gonna do a 1/3, it's 1/3 is gonna take up a whole coffee table or something. It's gonna be massive. So I just want to show it, introduce it, let people see it. Talking to the other group members for this statue.
There doesn't seem to be a whole lot of small and Darkseid statues in the equation much, because even like that Darkseid on Throne or something, probably one put up a while ago. That thing's massive too.
Yeah. I think the difference within this one is you're gonna get all the variables. It's gonna give you a good comic feel with more of a modern tone to the micro texturing and stuff like that, and the hyper realistic. So you're gonna get a lot of the comic, a lot of the teasers. I've seen some of the base. There's a lot of stuff going on in this, and it's super detailed. So I can't wait for the full review and put it on my page. But yeah, that's just one of the head sculpts. I'm waiting on the other 3 to. I teased the movie version on ASV. So if you want to check that out, it should be on there. But great work. The sculptor did an awesome job on that. I'm super excited. And I know, Marcos, man, you're going to have to find some space if you want that at 1/3, man. You're on mute, Marcos. You're on mute.
There you go. So this piece, what I'm collecting is Superman villains in 1/4 and Batman villains in 1/4. Okay. So I would want this in 1/4 for sure. And then the only reason why I'm thinking about getting that Legendary Beast piece in 1/3 is just because it's so fucking cool. Like, it's a great piece, but I know it's gonna be expensive. And
the museum piece, right, with all the demons in the back.
Yes, it's so cool. It's so cool.
That's a couple years away.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. It's cool, Marcos. But I think it's too busy. I feel there's too much going on.
It reminds me, because I'm a big anime collector, anime section.
Yeah, it does remind me of an anime piece.
Exactly. That's why I love it. So yeah. But I like this piece for sure because it would match more with my 1/4 villains,
So just so you know, Marcos, I just got a message right now. Because I was asking this earlier today. That Darkseid on Throne, it's going to be a museum also. So we're going to stand him up.
Oh,
so
shit.
yeah, so you're going to take away most of like you haven't seen all of it, but like the pedestals and stuff that go with it. And I know Lane hasn't seen all of it because that's just the teasers they're allowing me to show. But they're going to end up standing him up in front of the throne. So you can get a throne piece and a museum piece. And we're going to condense the throne a bit. So if that's something, we'll eventually, when that gets, sculpted and ready and rendered, we'll send you a teaser so you can see what we're talking about. And then you can decide which direction you want to go. But the museum piece will be exactly the same as that throne, just standing up and missing a couple things. All the portraits will be there. The arms behind the back, typical dark side standing there, very, very menacing. So you're gonna get pretty much what you want, either a throne piece or for museum. So
that's
very,
cool.
very cool piece.
Instead of having to choose one or the other that usually you would do for like
yeah, because when you think about collectors, I'm not a throne piece guy, but if there's a museum piece, I'll go for it. So if I love all the details and everything in a throne, but you have it in a museum, I'll just take the museum. I'm not, it's just one of the, because I feel if you get a throne piece, I feel like I want to get all the throne pieces, right?
Yeah.
So I already started with museum, and they're a little more condensed, and you can, display them a little bit better. But when you get a throne like that, kind of like that Maestro from XM Studios, there's so much going on. It's so massive, and then they come out with
Especially if you get the deluxe, and then you're like, oh.
Oh yeah, I mean, how much stuff is in that deluxe piece? It's crazy.
And then you're paying a lot. I mean, it's like that's like $3,600 before shipping, $3,600 to $4,000. Ooh.
So Michael, thanks for asking. Yeah, talking about Green Lantern. William, you want to unbox it? I haven't received. I have word that my custom Green Lantern, it's a 1/3 that I'm having made, is in paint right now. So I haven't got any updates since then because the master painter that's doing it had 2 statues ahead of mine. So I think he's finishing off with that second one, and then he's gonna start doing mine. So hopefully within this month, I might get an update on
which is it? Which lantern?
Hal Jordan.
Okay. So you decided to go for that over like the Prime one of his?
Yeah, I really like the Prime one, but since I'm involved in thank you. Yeah, it's gonna be an epic dark side, Jimmy. Since I'm involved in Patreons and stuff like that, and other commissioners, and mostly custom stuff, there's a custom group called CA3D. They're not a custom group, but they're a Patreon group, and they came out with a Hal Jordan Green Lantern, and I just fell in love with it. And so I contacted a friend of mine from Brazil, and he's like, "Hey, I'll make it for you and have it professionally painted if you like." So he made some adjustments because he's a sculptor too. He adjusted the face a little bit, made it a different look, and so now I'm just kind of waiting. It's been a while. Some more Wolverine there, Marcos.
Yeah, a little bit more Wolvie aviation, man.
That Wolverine figure will be in his checkout before he knows it.
Stop. Statue though, 1/3 of Queen Studios does a good 1/3. I'll be interested. I'll just say that.
Yeah, I will say that doing a Green Lantern like that, the art custom, that's gonna come out pretty good. I'm still waiting on Sinestro. Someday over the rainbow.
The piece is so good.
Yep, I can't wait. I had a lot of people ask, "So why are you getting Hal Jordan with it?" I'm like, man, I'm all about that. I'm all just about Sinestro. Hal Jordan I love, but of those large and expensive pieces, I went.
For me, I'm more of a John Stewart because of the Justice League animated series. So
yeah,
that's me. I love that. Dude, that show is so good. Jimmy, I know you're in the chat, Jimmy. I don't know if you watched it yet. We've been getting on you. Watch that Batman animated series right now.
Jimmy, if you haven't watched that, you was a silly young man.
Yep.
Yeah, well, it was tough being John Stewart in that, having to hang out with Hot Girl or Vixen.
Mm-hmm. Man's lucky. He's just lucky.
Yeah, I know. Well, now technically things don't go great for him in the actual official, including Batman Beyond canon, because Vixen ends up getting murdered. the day he's going to propose to her, and that's how he still ends up marrying Hawk Girl. In the official comic tie-in, that's how he still ends up with her, making Warhawk and stuff.
Yeah, so also Lane, from that same group that's doing the Dark Side, actually I'm working on this piece with them. It's and I kept saying Sentinel Buster. So this is like the newest render. Marcos has a picture, and I just kind of want to get your take on possibly the color, and anybody in the chat, if you want to see the color a little darker, the way it is good enough. I know the renders can be a little iffy, but until they decide to finalize it might come out low. But this is the Sentinel Buster, and these are the mechanicals that we've been working on. So
wow.
Yeah, so I asked the actual sculptor to really get into the mechanics. I got really tired of seeing awesome statue pieces with very bland mechanical, like just one paint, stuff like that. So
making
there's
it
a
look
lot.
Like,
go ahead.
Making it like it just might as well be like rocks or something with the single paint
Right,
color.
right. I've seen a lot of customs that come out and they're like, "But this is the paint application they put on the mechanical pieces." So this is actually a piece I've been working on with the sculptor and stuff, and really excited about to see the rest of it. But I wanted to show the channel and everybody else, see what they think. Oh, hey Toshi, what's up, man? Paint Collectibles in the house. Thank you for joining.
Paint always knows how to show off the best parts of statues. If you have seen any of his posts, you'll know what I mean recently from JNT.
Oh yeah. Paint Toshi's a legend for sure. Let's see. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to put that out there. So hopefully within the next week or so, these things will be I'll be showing everybody on ASB.
I really like you were talking about the paint differences, showing where you've got kind of the circuitry in there under whatever joint or whatever this is just where you've got like the blacks showing what looks like wiring or pistons versus some of the like tubes and stuff, which are the lighter gray and stuff like just under there. That is some amazing detail in the paints, or what really helps. Yeah, you put some. Thanks, Toshi. Not completely, not quite as much as you like to show up on that Arwen the other day. That you made sure I was aware of. And now, real quick. So, are those things going to be light up function features?
Yes. Okay. Yep. Everything that's in white right there will be light up. We couldn't render it to where I wanted it to look, so they're like, okay, we'll just do these colors, so we know it's all light up. But I really wanted to emphasize the coloring in the mechanical in this, and then the red on the armor itself. Some people saying it's too bright, some people saying it's not right, or they want it darker. But if you look at the comic book, this comic book I don't know, I think it's new. So Iron Man is fighting a bunch of Sentinel busters. Someone stole his, his idea. Beilong. So pretty much he tricks him into thinking he's building this giant ship in space, and it's actually a Sentinel buster. So if you check out the comic book, you'll take a look, see the coloring. We try to match the coloring on point.
Yeah, for the Stark Sentinels.
Yes, yeah. So, and then like also the way I want to do this, especially, the back piece, we're not done yet, but the back piece will have like the painted thrusters. So it'll look like it's lit. So all the lights will actually be painted like it's lit, and also have the light up feature.
Have you seen anyone actually do the infamous Iron Man armor? The kind of silver one of Dr. Doom when he was Iron Man for a bit. This was back before Brian Michael Bendis left.
I don't know, maybe like a 1/6 figure, possibly, but as a statue.
I would say, didn't Hot Toys do that, Lane?
Yeah.
Infamous Iron Man? No, not the Dr. Doom.
Oh, I meant Doctor Strange. My bad. I meant Strange.
Yeah, they did this concept for Strange as Iron Man. Yeah, but I mean, this was a comic thing specifically. It was Infamous Iron Man, which was Dr. Doom as Iron Man after he got his face fixed.
Well, I guess we're getting that, in movie form, right? Basically.
Well,
kind of.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, I just like everybody's opinion on this, especially on the red color. I think it looks great.
Yeah.
So if anybody has any comments on it, let me know. I really want to get this.
For me, I say the movie pieces should have that like hot rod red. It's kind of like
I get that a lot, but because it's a movie piece.
I was just saying, like the comic pieces, I think look better with the brighter red. I was gonna say that. So.
Oh, okay. Sorry for interrupting. Yeah, you're right. And we're trying to go just comic. Like the idealism behind it is comic based almost 100% with a little bit of modern. So in the comics, this is all black and looks like spaghetti, right? And I'm like, no, not for a collector. If a collector really wants a piece like this, you got to get your money's worth, right? So that's why the details have to be really getting.
You should be. You need to work. You should work with Jimmy because I know he really, 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 really wants to get an Ironmonger. Make it.
Yeah, I mean, I could talk to some people about making an Ironmonger, but the thing is how many people want one, right? And if you can secure an X amount of people that want one, then you'll get a lot of commissioners that are more than willing to make it in the custom.
It's just tough, man. Because like these like characters, like Iron Man. People have to understand, Iron Man wasn't a big A-lister superhero before the movies.
Nope.
And what that means is like his villains were even less of a list.
Yeah.
For in the comics. So, in Ironmonger was the first movie. Obviously, Jeff Bridges, classic, legend of an actor. But one movie, and he was done. He was literally the first movie outside of the Incredible Hulk. I know that Edward Norton, blah blah blah. But the first Marvel movie basically was Iron Man, and he was in it for one movie. So it's tough to get people to buy that, So
yeah. So you got to really look at So what did he say? Godlike. Here we go. What did he say? Ironmonger movie needs to happen.
He wants that because he wants to put that right next to his Hulkbuster.
No, fuck that.
It'd be about bro. The 1/4 Ironmonger would be about the size of the Hulkbuster.
Yeah.
If Wayne did it, it would be almost the same. Don't need a third scale of that thing because that thing would be so massive. It'd be like the size of one of Jimmy's half scales or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Dude,
and it would be, because my pet peeve is scaling. I mean, I'm a real stickler for scaling. Now I understand, if your character's like 30 foot tall, then you're not going to do quarter scale of 30 foot tall. It's quarter scale human size. So that makes sense. But yeah, that Ironmonger would be, let's see, I think Queen Studios Hulkbuster was 37 inches. I think that's what that was.
Jimmy, if you want huge, go just get transferred over here. I'm sure you can afford it. Get that life-size Hulkbuster. If you need huge, go all in, all the way, maximum size.
Or you can meet him on the half scale one.
The half scale that would do that. That'd probably be better. He can build a little gazebo outside where he can set it up.
Yeah. Yeah, 39. You said 39 inch. Oh, with the base. You're right, Toshi. With the base, I was just thinking, just the character itself.
Jesus.
So 40 inch. Well, that Sentinel Buster I'm showing you guys will be the same scale. It's going to be about 40 inches tall. So it'll eventually it'll be posted on my page. You guys will get the full review of both those, that Dark Side, and hopefully they do the museum pose, so then you'll have best of both worlds in one package in one group. So
sure.
But yeah, super exciting stuff in the custom world, and I know we've been getting a lot of good stuff in the license world as well. So
it's a weird time, man. Like license companies are kind of taking chances.
Sideshow right now, man. They just, for all the delays or other issues, some of the other companies have been doing their scale. They just said, "We're coming for you."
Yeah,
they're ready to get run over, man, because they just are going over. Like the one they showed that I have to say that I'm kind of like, even though it's completely out of the zone for what I'm like probably collecting, because I'm pretty much trying to just keep myself for statues to Batman and Batman characters, maybe with an occasional a Sinestro or something like that, DC related. But that Grand Admiral Thrawn they showed, I think that one, on the command chair, Like that might be, as long as it's not like $900 or something, which I'm gonna. If he's that expensive, I would go no, because that's probably more than I think it would justify the price. That's why I'm not buying that Commander Rex, like the lights up with the fire trail. Because I saw that thing being $1,000 on it. Went, sorry, nope. I don't think that thing is worth it for that amount of money. But like that one caught my attention. Like that and the Riddler. The Riddler is the one.
The Riddler looks good. But Riddler, from what I'm seeing, that's kind of like a throne. He's like sitting down, right?
Yeah, that's the only thing that has me a little bit. I know, and we know Prime One is teased, but who the heck knows when we'll ever see the actual Riddler show up? Like,
do we know what version of Riddler that is, or we don't know yet?
I just wonder.
It's in a suit for sure, and he has a hat. It looks like.
I figured for them it would be a Hush inspired one, like Jim Lee Hush one would make sense to me.
I just think it's titty statues, huh? Yeah, we all need some titties. There's no doubt in our lives.
Well, okay. So for Pain Collectibles, does it matter if it's a movie or custom?
He wants silicone. I know that he wants silicone.
Well, I mean, if he wants silicone boobies, the Chinese are doing a lot of them. So you got.
Well, they've had that Tifa series from Final Fantasy VII,
and you got Nier Ultimatum. That's a new 1/3 all silicone booby thing. So I mean, it just depends. If he wants license or customs, we can make it happen.
Well, I already told him that J&D already teased in 2025 they're going to do Eve from that Stellar Blade game. It's all about. If ever there was a male gaze game, like in the derogatory sense, you could use it. That game fits the bill, even though it is actually a good game to play. But I let him porn star baby. That I need my Jenna Jameson from circa 1991.
Your Tara Patrick's in the outfit.
Yeah, Jesus. But.
Lane was talking about people that are only in print form, back then, because it's so okay.
Print form.
But
okay. There's no video at the time.
No, not exactly. But Stellar Blade is going to have a statue made by J&D. So I was
I love this Christy Mack.
I told that to Payne, and I sent Payne the art thing showing that, and Payne, I'm like, Payne, you are going to buy this next year. And he's like, probably.
He probably would. There's a lot of fan service in that game. Not gonna lie, it is a pretty cool game. It gives me Bayonetta vibes and Nier Ultimatum kind of vibes and stuff. And
it's totally Nier. Not with the gameplay, but Nier was definitely the inspiration.
Oh yeah. Well, I think it gave me more of a Bayonetta kind of vibes. Like the the tight outfit and stuff like that. So. We'll see. What do you say? We'll see. We'll see. Depends on.
Don't worry. There's going to be plenty of silicon in that area. I'm 100% sure.
I think Payne needs to send a message to J&D, be like, "Hey, give us the option."
Or Payne, you need to just go. You should message Ant, since he's definitely obviously shown through that Vampirella statue and stuff. He's definitely willing to go 60 times with his statues. You might just say, hey, you need to get the U.S. Stellar Blade license and go make that in the 3rd scale.
Well, I mean, I just saw today a custom group that's doing a topless quarter scale Vampirella. So if he wants it, it ain't gonna be 1/3, but it's quarter. It's it's a new trend. Just topless statues. It's a new trend.
And it started with the anime characters. So blame the anime force. Blame the anime force.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the Japanese they love that kind of stuff, man.
They do, bro. Their sexual preferences are very. I love anime.
It's definitely, there are things you can see from Japan, and you just see it. You look at it, you're confused, and go, Japan, from Japan. Okay, makes sense. I don't get it, but it's from Japan. Oh, it's Japan. Okay, that makes sense there.
Yeah, it makes sense. That's Japanese. Yeah, okay, we're good. Yeah, so it does make a lot of sense. But it just seems like that's kind of the ongoing thing. I'm not sure. I think it's maybe.
But China's coming down harder on that stuff now.
Is it SDZ, Payne? I think that's the name of the company that did the Tifa and that they're doing the B2 now. I think it's called SDZ.
I think it's 1/3 or 1/4, right? Silicone.
It's 1/3. That company just does the 1/3, and then I know with the Tifa they gave you an optional to go like E cup, like D to E cup. So you can,
like it's insane. It's just right. It's insane. Like, yeah. Just you're like, what?
Well, it's like I say, man. You know, I say this in real life, and for both aspects, there's a woman for everybody, and there's a statue for everybody. So if you got a market, it's gonna sell, and I'm pretty sure they sold out. Yeah, SDZ, that's right.
Hey, quick question though, man. I know it's kind of off topic, you know.
Half scale.
Half scale. There we go.
Yeah, he said half scale.
So in y'all's collection, this is kind of random question. What's y'all's favorite piece that you guys have?
Ooh. Oh, that's easy. Harley Quinn J&D.
Okay, there we go.
Oh, that's not easy.
Like that was
a lot of stuff.
What are you?
I think out of my Prime 1, it would be that 1000 you got in the background because I have that same Batman. Out of my Prime 1, out of my customs, man, I think we did the live stream together. I think it's that Thor. You know,
I think you like the. It's been so long, but I think you maybe it's just because you opened it up. But that Black Widow you loved a lot too.
Yeah, that Black Widow is really damn good. But yeah, I think out of all my customs right now, that Thor would probably be just everything about it. Swap outs, the texture, the cape looks like it's real fabric. I mean, the thing's amazing.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. Well, so there you go. So Payne said his is between Mira and Wonder Woman J&D.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's why she likes pooping on people.
Which Wonder Woman, Toshi? Is it the original armor or the gold armor?
I think it's it's the platinum one.
Invisible Man.
Can't even see it.
Jesus.
That's my wallet every time I buy something. Invisible wallet. Like, fuck, where'd it go?
It just got vaporized.
Oh no, I can't buy food. Or underwear.
Oh, come on, dude. You can afford a 10-cent noodles.
Yeah.
My piece for my favorite piece is if we're doing like topics like genres. So anime is my Aka Inu Sakazuki. It's the piece that got me into collecting. So and it's amazing. Like the ladder feature is one of a kind. It moves around the whole statue, and it pulsates the whole time. So it's so cool. And then these are like American superheroes. That's tough. That's a tough one. Fuck, man. Okay, so the best quality statue is Detective 1000. But the best concept and the piece I like the most, and the one that gets everybody looking at it, is this one right here, that Deadpool custom.
Yeah, with him sitting with all the Easter eggs.
Deadpool versus Wolverine. It has the most issues I've ever seen in the piece. Like, it has plenty of breaks. It has many QC issues. But dude, I'm not joking. Everybody comes in my room, they go straight to that piece and just consistently just look over it.
They're just trying to find the breaks. That's why they're looking at it all.
That's what they're doing.
All the flaws. How much did you pay for this? To look at all the
what
flaws
an idiot!
Yeah.
They're acting like Will Ferrell for Wedding Crashers, like idiot.
My bad. You guys broke my heart, so I'm throwing my bed now and go to sleep. I'm
kidding. So Jimmy says his is his Mark 1 half scale.
That was given.
Yeah, no, that piece looks awesome behind him.
If it had a Downey portrait, but he lifts the half mask up.
Yeah,
would take it over the top for sure. Obviously, great piece. I was there. He had COVID when he unboxed him. Like, dude, you're a fucking maniac, dude. Yeah. But he's like, I can't wait, man. He's like sweating. He's like, I can't fucking wait, man. I gotta open it up, bro. I'm like, of course, it's a half scale as well. Like, it's not a 1/4 or something. The biggest piece in his collection almost. So, but he's like, he's sweating. He was pale white. He's like, dude, I just gotta open it up, bro. I gotta open it up. I'm like, hey, man, I'm here.
I would have said, just go lie down and wait till you feel better.
It's an epic piece, though, for sure. It's very epic.
Yeah. What would you guys say for each of you right now, going along this thing, of ones you have on order? which one are you? Because obviously we like them all, or we would hopefully not have something on order.
Right.
What would you say of your pieces right now is the one you're most excited for? Whether it's recent, which one?
Blackbeard Sume. It's my third pre-order. It's been 3 years since I pre-ordered it, so it's been a long time.
Oh, okay. From One Piece, Blackbeard. Sorry, it took me a second there. Like, oh, yeah.
I thought it was that Luffy bust.
I love that one too. That's number 2. But the Blackbeard Sume is one of a kind. It's huge. It's enormous. It's big. It's amazing. The details are great. China collectors are getting there right now, so I'm so happy. So that means retailers are probably gonna get it Q3, late Q3, probably early Q4. So, man, I've been waiting for that since I ordered it. So,
and that could be the final end guy for Luffy at the whole end of the whole One Piece saga.
It's looking like him or some other like world government people for sure. But definitely for pirate wise, it's definitely Blackbeard. Like it's him and it's like
that's not surprising because Blackbeard is the most famous pirate, pretty much.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. So, and like Blackbeard is such a weird character, dude. Like he's a joke, but he's also serious and he's scary, and he's like a goofy guy at the same time. He's such a good, well written character, So, oh man, I can't wait till Luffy and him fight. It's gonna be so good, dude. I hope it's a 1v1v1 between him, Shanks, and Blackbeard. That's what I hope for. So, because they're all I feel like they're all going to be at the laugh tail, like right near the One Piece, and they all have to battle for it, obviously. So
it'll be for some reason I see this ending almost in like kind of a tournament fight, kind of not literally a tournament.
So a big theory is that do you remember the Davy Back arc where they had like the pirate games basically?
Yeah.
So I think the end it's going to be like Blackbeard pirates, hopefully, versus Straw Hat pirates, and they're doing like a legit serious Davy Back game, like where people can die and everything like that. So that'd be cool.
I see it possibly could kind of end up like the Tournament of Power, where there's one big massive battle happening, or maybe even the end of the Shinobi War kind of arc in Naruto, where you're going to see individual battles between people, and it's kind of an escalation as you go along, where everybody's going to be kind of involved, and you're going to see the Straw Hats. You're going to see characters like Boa Hancock are going to come back in.
All his allies.
Battle. Yeah. But
Alabasta.
But Blackbeard's going to be in the last group. Like that guy has been. He's going to be he's going to be in that last group of the.
He is the two strongest devil fruits in their category. So he has the strongest Logia and he has the strongest Paramecia. So all he needs is the strongest zone. And Kaido did no spoiler ahead, but Kaido did die and he probably had the strongest zone outside of Luffy's zone so we'll see, man.
Toshi's like looking forward to his Michelle Pfeiffer 2-pack and John Wick.
That one's gonna be cool.
We talked about that last week, right? Will the Michelle?
Yeah, we talked about it with Jacob and how the closed version didn't look like her, but the leather outfit did look like her. So, congratulations! Those are epic pieces, Toshi. I mean, and the John Wick looks real good too. I'm really surprised.
It's rough.
I mean, I think it looks pretty good. I didn't really dive into like how in depth like we were with Michelle Pfeiffer, but it's gonna look really good with Toshi's collection. He collects mostly J&D.
So what I was saying about J&D pieces is like you guys know I'm the biggest J&D hater, but when you have them all lined up next to each other, they do look good.
No, bro, it's you're the Marcos hater gator.
Yeah, the gator.
You're hate as you chomp everybody up who tries to.
Yeah.
So
that's including Jordan.
There's 3 things now. I was about to say 2, but 3 things. It's always gonna be Zack Snyder. It's always gonna be J&D, and it's gonna be Jordan too.
So what you're saying is when his director's cuts of Rebel Moon come out, you're gonna be there day one watching.
Yeah. Pretty much.
I fell asleep and I couldn't finish the first 2 movies of Rebel Moon. So no, I will not. Those movies.
I never even watched them. I can't even watch. I watched 20 minutes of Army of the Dead and just went, nope.
Dude, when Zack Snyder has to create, he's horrific. Like, he cannot create a universe. He cannot create.
No, he is great for visual. He is great for visual direction.
If he wants
but he needs someone. Same thing like with the lady who directed Wonder Woman. She needs to be given a story and a script, but she is really good at setting stuff up. Patty Jenkins.
Well, Patty Jenkins, yes, she did Monster, which is an amazing movie, honestly. But,
yeah, where I think and just that Wonder Woman story was just really weird. Like that's one of those ones that you wonder what happened. Like it just went off weird. But probably for me, for statues that I have coming, I'd probably say Sinestro. Sinestro is my favorite DC villain over the last 15 years. I wasn't going to get him, but I just literally could not resist the pull of him. I got the regular edition of him on order because I couldn't find him literally almost anywhere.
That's Prime 1, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's
did
you get the other? Did you get the other guy? I can't remember his name. It's got the one eye.
No, you're talking about Try.
Yeah.
No, I didn't pre-order him till this year.
I see.
Just with the price point, I originally wasn't going to get him just because I figured just how expensive I thought he was going to be.
Right.
But I was getting the Morrigan from PCS, which has been delayed or something. Now they're doing a new head sculpt with her or something because she's been delayed for a bit. But I decided not to get her third scale, and I decided I was going to get Sinestro. I just was I got it. Plus the regular edition was only a production's number kind of matters to me a little bit with my statues.
Right.
So the fact they're only doing 30 of the regular edition I found that kind of nice too. Exactly what Mark is saying there. He needs someone give him a good script and get where he's got strong either producers or something to help him at some points.
Yeah.
Where if maybe parts of the story needs to be jury-rigged a little bit.
This annoys me. When he was doing his press tour for Rebel Moon, he's like, if you don't support this movie, you don't support creative idea directors and writers. I'm like, fuck you.
You mean
because
borrowed everything?
Zack Snyder, you're just creating dog shit. That's what I'm saying. Yes, you're creative. You're different from other creators, directors, but you're creating dog shit.
No, he's good at borrowing people's ideas already that were done.
Yeah. But dude, like I said, Watchmen
is doing them worse.
Yeah, Watchmen and 300 are probably his best movies of all time. Right. And Watchmen is like I said,
I don't know. Dawn of the Dead he did remake was actually really good too.
It's all right. It's nothing special.
So I mean, from what I'm seeing with Zach is that, I like the fact that if he's making these movies based off novels and he's going 100% canon, I love that. I don't like, you got this story that someone wrote and you're going to add your own crap to it and you just throw it away from the book. So Watchmen was page to page exactly like in the movie, which made it perfect. I loved it. I didn't love all the blue penis everywhere, but I loved the movie.
But dude, Rorschach was so good with Harry Lee. What's his name? Blanking out his name. He was Bad News Bears. My God, I'm blanking out. But dude, he was so fucking good, the actor for that role. And then Zack Snyder did every scene with him so good with Rorschach, and that's the best character, obviously, in the movie. But dude, no, Zack Snyder, a perfect example why I hate him because he was doing an interview tour with and someone was talking about Batman. He's like, everybody's always says Batman can't kill. He's like, I want to destroy that narrative. He's like because when I hear that, I just want to be against the grain. I'm like, you're a fucking idiot. Stop. You're not that creative. You're not that smart. Stop it. Because Batman's one rule. Because first off, the reason why it pisses me off because if Batman kills indiscriminately, he kills a normal thug, why is the Joker still alive?
Right.
And guess what? In that whole universe, Joker's out in the fucking bar chilling.
Yeah.
Just chilling. Bro, that is the stupidest fucking thing. Because if Batman's a mass murderer, which he is in those movies, he should the number one target is Joker. He should be in the dirt. He should not be breathing. He should have had a second to even do anything. That's what pisses me off.
Well, you know, I mean, Superman also in that movie killed a shit ton of people, right?
It's
like
so
all
annoying.
the buildings, you know, it's like he was, but in the comics, Superman kind of kills too. So Batman's just
stop that narrative. He does not kill.
I mean, it depends on the Superman we're talking about, right? Multiverse, so it just depends on.
Okay, Injustice for sure.
Yeah, okay,
well, no,
so,
there are other beyond Injustice.
No, there's other ones behind that. Yeah, I mean, Lane knows. He's read enough comics to know what Superman has killed and hasn't killed. But at least in the movie, we know they have. It maybe indiscriminately, but they have.
It wasn't like I said. It was not Cavill's fault. 100%. Like it was not his fault. It was 100% Zack Snyder's fault. So fuck Zack Snyder. And Jimmy, my drug will never go away from me. Never.
He's like, you can never escape me. You can never escape me.
And here's the other thing too, right? Is that, you know, Batman can't kill the Joker because they complete each other. That's why he'd rather kill a regular thug, right?
Yeah, he might as well then kill himself.
But if Batman's killing Joe Schmo, what the fuck's stopping him from killing the Joker? Like, what the fuck?
He completes him. He completes him. He's not going to kill him.
No, hold up. Even, like, dude, if Batman was a straight killer like he is in those movies.
That's true too, Aiden. That's true. He did kill him.
No, didn't he? I thought he tossed him back into the Phantom Zone.
No, that was
And Aiden, that's a bad thing too in that movie. It was a bad thing.
I think he did. Yeah.
You know, they got somehow ended up back in the Phantom Zone.
Was that then they come back in 2?
Who?
I'm trying to think. It's been a long time since I watched those movies. But you're right. They did throw both of them in the Phantom, all 3 of them in the Phantom Zone.
Yeah.
Drink Marcos and kiss LeBron's pictures.
I wish LeBron.
So didn't you say there was going to be PCS showing off a Michael Jordan?
Yeah, they did. They showed off, and I thought of Marcos right off the bat when I seen him.
Is that the one where he's kind of going up to dunk?
Yeah, he's doing the dunk. Yeah,
I saw that one. I think it looks okay.
Yeah, like, it's all right.
The NBA line they've done. I don't know what they're thinking about doing that giant bust with his arms out. That's like
I don't.
Wingspan.
You have to be a really big fan for that.
Well, A+. They said he got sent somehow casting because like Lursa got punched in the face and flew off and fell it. That they ended up back in the Phantom. Somehow they ended up back in the Phantom Zone. Like that, they literally said that in the movie. They ended up back in the Phantom Zone.
Yeah, I would have to rewatch it. I can't. It's been a very long time. Well, there you go, Marcos.
They were still much better than that stupid killer computer in 3 with Richard Pryor.
Oh yeah, that was dumb in 3. Yeah.
No,
although when the one,
I'm waiting till Ant does LeBron. I hope he does. And on our show with Godlike Statues, he did not say he was going to do LeBron. Like, God damn it, Ant!
I'm not. I'm gonna petition against that. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna petition against that. I'm gonna tell Ant not to do it.
How can we get a fucking Larry Bird over a fucking Bronny?
Because Larry Bird's a freaking legend, man. He's the Bird.
Sure, but he's not Braun. Like, come on now. All right, so I'm gonna show this Michael Jordan stuff right here real quick, and I guess we can get into our debate if you guys want to do it, because I'm ready. I'm always ready for LeBron Jordan debate. So always ready.
There it is. There you go. Oh shit.
Whoa.
Sorry about that. My freaking I'm using a laptop and my kid's phone is tied into it. I'm trying to shut the goddamn thing off and I don't know how to do it. So sorry about that.
You're all good, man. You guys see it?
There it is right there.
Yep. So the portrait definitely is off. And I don't know what it is with like PCS. They either kill it with the portrait or just completely fail with it. So it's like no in between. It's so weird, you know?
Yeah, it's I mean it's an interesting take. I don't know about that base very much. But
that's the whole line. They're doing all that with every piece of the line. So it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean I guess they're trying to go a different route with that. But it's like I don't get the Street Fighter with the weightlifting thing also. So PCS has got something going on there where I don't know it.
Real quick, let me correct something real quick. So I was just checking something. For the Fate of the Criminals to Superman 2, apparently in the Donner cut, which is the full cut of the movie, it shows the Phantom criminals actually being loaded into a transport, like they're under arrest and have been captured.
Okay.
Since they're now human, all their powers are gone.
Yeah. So they get captured.
So in the Donner cut, I guess that was. I
and
haven't seen.
I guess the studio said no, we didn't need Superman to kill people, so that's what probably did. So.
Yeah, well, we were talking. Aspirational heroes seem to be a hard thing to have happen these days, but they still bring out statues of them, please. We'll take it.
So you take 2 shots, take 2 more shots first, Marco, and then go in on LeBron.
Well, he's not going to go in on LeBron. He's going to be taking the wrong point of view that LeBron is the best.
Oh, dude, Aiden, I'm a huge fan of Ant. I'm just saying, like, because they do a lot of like real life people, so their likeness just needs some work for sure. It's just like some pieces need some work, and then some pieces like just hit it out the park. Like
well, I think we talked about this last time, right? If you're doing a resin piece, you're not going to 85% of likeness is actually optimal, right? If you so I think Ant's doing, he's doing a pretty great job, and I mentioned it before. Every company's a hit and miss, so you're going to get it or you're not going to get it, and it just depends on your funding, and if you want to go back to the drawing board and redo everything, or you're just kind of done and it's going to be what it is, and people are either going to love it or not going to love it.
That's true.
Yeah, and he's right. Yeah, the paint will really dictate how well the piece is going to be, because you can have the greatest sculpt in the world, but the paint's garbage. It's garbage.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like for PCS, I think they do such good work. And out of nowhere, they just come out with like a licensed piece that's a real person that just does not look like that person. So, but then they come out with pieces out of nowhere, which the likeness looks perfectly on spot. So. I don't know. It just
I mean this is new for me. So he says Street Fighter weightlifting is done by the comic artist Edwin from Udon. These were concept arts years ago, so I guess Ant just made them into a statue. I did not know that, but it's still I get Street Fighter, they're all supposed to be strong and eventually they work out, but it just doesn't make sense in statue form for me. So it's not something I would be interested. They look great, don't get me wrong. But it's not something I'd put a bunch of Street Fighters lifting weights, right? I'm more like Toshi. I just rather have them all topless and just standing there than lifting weights.
There we go.
Whatever. I'll go for that. But no, I think he's doing a great job. And see, even Jimmy said it. They're all not for me. So yeah, I agree. It's not for me either. They look great. Toshi wants more boobies, so do I. I think it's awesome. But let's see what else.
Yeah, the workout series has always been kind of it's always been kind of a man. Toshi knows always how to make this uncomfortable. That Street Fighter workout line always has been like, I've looked at it and always been like, like even though they're a lot less, I would like that Cammy Street Fighter 6 one from Prime 1 would be more definitely what I would go for, because it's, even though I would, if Street Fighter 6, I just want her in her original outfit.
Yeah, I'm more of a classic too.
Yeah.
Toshi wants to know what happened to Celine.
Yeah, I know he was very excited for that statue, especially because they were going to have to switch out bodies, one with the jacket and just one with the regular bodysuit.
I don't know. I'm more, like I said, I'm more of a classic kind of collector. I want all the classic stuff, and you kind of got to vamp it up. Like, I don't like the new M. Bison with the whole cape, long hair, kind of hood on his face. I'm like, that's stupid. I don't like that. I'm not very big fan of it. I get the whole story base behind it, but I'm not a fan of it. I want original Bison. PCS did do a great original Bison too. So shout out to them for that.
Yeah, the video game ending for him was really weird, where it's like Like, I'm like, did he just force like Jury to become his girl? Or
yeah.
It was very strange.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. It's a strange thing for me, but I know we were talking about what we got coming in. I got a custom Green Hulk coming in that's supposed to be a proximity piece to Sideshow's Logan, and I love that Logan piece. And I got several swap out heads. I had some custom heads made, and then I have that 1/3 Green Lantern. But I don't really have anything else because I've been working on different projects and my finance has been going towards something special.
Yep.
There are a lot of things now that Hiei, I might buckle and get that. I'm not quite sure yet. So I don't have the 30 in art PO like you guys do, and the stuff Marcos has.
Not me, man.
Well, Marcos, eventually you're gonna have a 1-to-1 scale, so that just takes up for everything.
Fuck you, man. Fuck you.
Hey, you know what? One of the easiest thing about doing a thing with streaming is always very easy to go spend other people's money.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah. I have nothing right now, at least figure statue wise, because I'm just in the abyss waiting for anything that I have on order. I got 4 statues on order, and they're someday over the rainbow they will appear. Yeah, the Street Fighter Alpha is really cool.
For sure. Fuck. Alpha 2, man, is one of my favorite Street Fighter games of all time, man. I love Alpha 2. So, yeah, for sure. I agree with that, Jimmy. It was really, really good games. I'm also a big fan of King of Fighters, so I'm just waiting for them to come out with some more King of Fighter characters. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with my pieces. But I see Marcos yawning over there. And we're almost at the 2 hour and 30-minute mark.
That's 5:30, man. Sorry about that.
No, you're good. I enjoyed myself. I want to thank both of you guys for tuning into my channel here. Lane, always a pleasure. Marcos, especially when you two guys kind of start bickering at it like an old couple. It's freaking hilarious. This is one of those statue chat shenanigan kind of situations.
I'm so glad we did not get to LeBron and.
Jordan I agree with you. He will always be the bridesmaid, not the bride, when being the GOAT.
Right.
All I gotta say is this: every point you would have had would have been rejected. I loved it because I had this conversation with 29 people in just the statue collecting community, and I've had this conversation a million times in my real life. So I'm very happy we did not embarrass Lane tonight with the LeBron.
Jordan. I know. I did. I'm glad I didn't have to, steal your pass and dunk it on you.
but again, thank you guys for tuning in to ASV Collectibles. If you enjoyed,
thanks for having us, man.
If you guys enjoyed the program, please like, subscribe, hit that thumbnail. Hopefully we can do more of this more often, right? I'm super busy. I know Mark's super busy. Lane, we're all very busy people, and this is just one of those things that kind of unwind and kind of BS a little bit and be a little bit different from the norm. Talk about whatever we want to talk about, and that's the whole point of this channel. I want to thank the chat group for everybody that joined in: Jimmy, Payne, Michael, Aiden, everybody else that tuned in. So we hope to see you guys next time, and thank you again for joining ASV Collectibles. And if you haven't joined ASV Collectibles on Facebook, please do. I'll be updating all the customs and projects and all that other good stuff. So again, thank you very much, and we'll see you next time. Peace.
Peace, everybody. Thanks.